There's so much to talk to. There's so little time, JD, and to be quite honest, I am tired. I am exhausted by this summer of football we've had. Honestly, from the Copa America to Olympic football, men's U20s, and then at the end of August we have the women's under 20 World Cup. The U15s in CONCACAF start in a little bit. People are getting coaches. People are angry. I am exhausted.
And the Premier League coming straight back.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
nothing
yeah, Premier League
will stop.
In-
Nothing will stop.
European football. That's a thing. Yeah, European football. I'm not ready. I am emotionally drained from the summer. Imagine, you know what? I want to complain, JD. I want to complain to FIFA and everyone. We say the players play too much. I'm gonna say it. We've had too much football to cover. Too much. There's too much match fixture congestion. We need a break, JD. We need a vacation. We need a good month where we can just disappear and not have to worry about anything. But we don't get to have that now, do we?
Well, I can agree with you, but maybe it can actually turn out to help us, because if we can set ourselves this season, I think maybe next season we can start taking some break, if they're going to give you any break. But based on what I've been reading, some of these World Cups are going to be every single year, so I think you might not have the breaks that you're trying to look for. That's all I'm telling you.
And I think FIFA is trying to squeeze as much water out of this empty can as they can, and there's just nothing left to get out of. Please.
And I totally agree. I totally agree. And I do believe that you're going to have way more injuries. You're going to have people injured for the entire season. Just watch. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Believe me.
I agree.
It's going to happen if they continue with this madness.
No, especially if you look at, I always look at the women's game, because the women's game, that's the prime example of we're trying to get more and more things in, and it's just like the ACL epidemic of today, yesterday, and tomorrow. They need to find a way to do it. I don't complain, because it means every day I wake up, whether I'm at work or not, I'm just saying, hey, let's look at all the games that are there. Let's look at the games that aren't there. And it's great because at least it's something to do. It's the equivalent of having a World Cup that's in a time zone that's during your workday. So you say, you know what? Let me throw this on while I'm working on these receivables. Or let me throw this on just in the background during my lunch break or whatever. I love it. I love that the World Cup is in the European time zone for where we are in more. Well, I am, at least for me, because everything's the middle of the day for me, and that's perfect. So I have time to digest it, watch it. I can come home, look at it, but it'll be interesting. But we are not here to complain about schedules. We've loved the schedule, to be perfectly honest. We want to cover a few things that have happened over the last little bit. Feel free, you guys, to leave your comments, what your thoughts are as we go, and we'll kind of talk about it. We can save the big conversation. Actually, or do we want to have the big conversation now? Let's go straight to the big conversation. I'll drop it in from a better viewpoint, because that's all the drone jokes I will say today. Drop in from a better perspective. But let's talk a little bit of women's Olympic football, because it's something we did talk about earlier, especially from the standpoint of where we thought teams would be. So for everyone who was not sure, we are at the quarterfinal stage. Our matchups are set to take place tomorrow, depending on how you're watching. We have the United States versus Japan. That'll be followed by Spain versus Colombia, which will be followed by Germany versus Canada, which will then be followed by France versus Brazil. Now, before we get to Canada, because I know it's a hot flying topic, we did start the conversation with this. We did want to talk a little bit about the African teams here, because again, I'm the Africans. I can't say hey, don't talk about African football if I
We
call
are
myself African.
you are the Africans. Why you always try to exclude me out of my African?
I'm not. Listen,
Eh?
I'm saying
You're
my
fighting against
brand is
African
built.
youths?
Listen. Look, I hate on Nigerian / Haitian / Surinamese / Curaçaoese / Belgian / reggae boys / junior
Oh my
boys /
God.
whatever, reggae
Oh
girls,
my God.
mixtapes, diss tracks, whatever. I hate on those youths. Okay, all of them. Apparently, no. But I wanted to look at the performances, because I feel that when we were talking about the performances that were there, I think we were right in terms of our assessment of the teams. And we were both right in terms of both sides. So Nigeria and Zambia did not make it out of the group stage. But there were two games that we circled, and we both thought for each team that if they got something out of those games, they had a chance to get out. And both of those games, it was an excruciating, painful loss. For Nigeria, it was their 1-0 loss to Brazil. I feel like that to me was their best, and they showed well during the tournament, but they left too many goals on the pitch that didn't end up in the back of the net. And that was a game where it just took one goal and Brazil was able to get 3 points, which proved to be all they could get to move on. And if Nigeria gets those 3 points, maybe they move on and they're playing in the quarterfinals. The same thing for Zambia. I looked at Zambia and I said that Australia game, they can get something out of that Australia game and then maybe draw Germany and they have a chance to go through. And you cannot give up a 3-goal lead. You're up 5-2 in the second half, and ultimately they lose 6-5 because
Yeah.
is a concept. It's not a
Yeah.
reality in Zambia, apparently. All the copper was just for the team. There was no strong defense for the Copper Queens there. So when you look at and you assess the African teams there, would you say that they had a good tournament, or do you think that they were disappointing, seeing that they had the opportunities to move on to the next round but weren't able to do so?
I would have to look at it a lot of ways. All right. So the first way I'm going to look at it, if you look at the ratings of the teams that they're going up against, I that would have said that they have done quite okay, decent, due to the fact that Japan, people would say, is a better team. The odds was 4-1. Spain, it was 1,000,000 to 1, obviously, because Spain passed the year out of the football. So clearly that is not something different. Brazil is a highly ranked team as well. So all of them, on paper, it looked like it should have been a smooth sailing on paper for every other team except the African teams. But based on what they had done on the field, it left you to believe that they should have garnered more based on the chances that they got in all of the games. Oh, it just shows you that if they had done just the basics with their natural ability, they could have actually gotten some out of this game. Or maybe you could look at a coach to say that if the coach could have done something better, you never may know where it would have turned out. You get me? You just left feeling like, oh, they have not given it everything what you expected them to give it. That's what I've gotten from the overall conversation. Believe me. So I still believe that with a good coach and with a good coach, I think a lot of things can improve and they can go back at it. Zambia is just a team on steroids. You talked about the Australia game, where in which they were leading big and just dropped off. But remember, if you look at the game itself, because I've looked at the stats reporting on another game, and it was 6 big chances in the first half. And I'm saying once they clinch it close to 2, they are coming back to win this. Remember, I had said that, and they came straight back to win it, because you can't give up so much big chances and expect to win a game in one half. I expected them to create 6 more big chances in the next half, and I don't see you creating any big chances. You're just scoring because you have some ridiculous players shooting from some ridiculous angles and they're scoring. But you can't just keep doing that for the entire day. So it just proves that you don't have a team. You have a few players Kundananji and Banda. They are just some incredible players, but the rest of the team ain't on the same level, and that's what we kind of saw for Zambia. But at the same time, you thought that Nigeria team is way, way better. They have not set up good, and I thought that the coach itself should be blamed, because I saw a lot of things where in which he should know a little bit more about his players than even we. And we screaming for certain subs, and it came at halftime. So it still left you for a few things. You could say that they could have done better, but based on the rankings coming in, you would still say that they competed.
No, yeah, I don't think you can say that they had a bad tournament. I think they competed. I think I do land a bit more on the disappointed side because, again, that Brazil game was there for Nigeria, right? They didn't have as many chances in the other games, but that Brazil game, we said it in our preview. If they get a result there, that sets them up. And we didn't know everything was going to happen with Canada before. And you just needed 3 points. You just needed 3 points. If Nigeria wins that game, they are playing tomorrow. Or whenever you're watching this.
Yeah, because they never conceded so much goal. But you said that they never created more chances. I want to say that they actually created more chances in the Spain game. They just never kicked the ball. Because remember all of those one-on-ones with it. I actually thought that it could have been a red card early on in the game for Spain. And I just believe that a lot of things went against them. And I agree with you. They showed some things that you would say that's coming next time. Because remember, I was talking about Canada the same way, when I saw Canada change the back three, and I'm saying Africans, Canada found a formula because they wanted something to rejuvenate their forwards and stabilize their midfield. And I saw that they were very comfortable against Jamaica. And I'm saying, Africans, this team might be better than what you're giving it credit for, And since then, they kept winning. They just kept winning. And I'm like, so I would say, I would say, when it comes on to Nigeria and Zambia, they are excited, especially Zambia. They are excited, but they are not a full football team. They ain't like the rest of the other football teams. The other football teams are football teams. They are just individual, period. Because Kundananji put her on Spain team or a Nigeria, Canada team, and Jesus God. They ain't losing no game. All right.
I'll give them a passport right now, JD. I will give them 2 passports right now. But no, I think that's true. I think Zambia right now, they have 2 exceptional players, and that's what we were saying. Like, if they want to play the defend and send the ball to a forward and hope they create something, that is literally their offense. And they got to the World Cup like that. They also got to the Olympics like that, right? They are built that way. But I think both. I don't think any team out of Africa really performed poorly. I don't think realistically the only team that I would have said maybe performed poorly would be Australia in this whole tournament, right? And this is, I know I'm going to get hate for this because I'm Australian and they're like, we should have gone on instead of Canada. I just feel that, yes, they got their results, but you can't concede. And I love Zambia. Zambia will score. You can't concede 5 goals to Zambia. As good as the game is, as good as everything, Australia has a better overall collection of players than Zambia there. Yes, you can say that Sam Kerr isn't there. You still have Fowler. You still have Carpenter. You still have all those players who are there. You cannot tell me that game, if they don't concede 5 goals there, they're in a better spot moving forward. Because that game, they have to fight back to get into it. And ultimately,
it cost them.
I wasn't expecting much from New Zealand because New Zealand was a young team, and then when you lose your captain right before the tournament, they fought, but I didn't expect that they would get too far. And outside of that, France played as I expected France to play. Germany played as I expected them to play. Remember when I said that I think the Americans, this will be the last tournament that they are beatable. I am questioning that statement right now because apparently all you need is Emma Hayes and then you playing players, and all their front line decided, no, we're coming to send a message now. Oh, okay. I'm frightened, JD. I will be curious to see how they look against Spain if they match up moving forward, especially getting closer to the finals and whatnot. But I think the big story on the women's side is Canada. we've done our best to avoid it, but drones are the talk. Canada. At first, we thought Canada's only conversation would have been bringing players who maybe weren't as fully fit. Then it turned into 1 arrest, drones, 3 coaches suspended, -6 points, and still.
Okay, finally, some people come in.
And still, no, I'm not. No, my name's not Aubrey. No, don't do that to me.
Yes,
But Canada, despite
Super
all of
Falcons.
that, they run the table in their group, and they now make it through. And now they are in the knockout rounds, and they are a win away from playing for a medal. And going into this tournament, JD, I just wanted them to medal. I just wanted Canada to come back with a medal, whether it's a bronze, whether that's a silver, whether it's a gold. I just wanted them to come away with a medal. But I think for a lot of Canadians, the run that these players have had has been, I mean, if they lose to Germany tomorrow, what a run, what resilience that they showed. We don't want them to, but you also have to factor that they have dug in so deep just to continue to have to overcome everything and moving forward. We are proud of them here in Canada, there's no doubt. But I think they just need to get one win and they have a chance to play for a medal, which I think is more than possible for them. But for you, and if you want my feelings on how I feel about drones and such, I put up a clip and there's a whole podcast that I recorded with some of my Canadian compatriots. You guys can find that there.
I'm going to start this for like 30 minutes here, Africans, and just run it through so people can come over, because I don't know why they ain't clicking. Yeah, so continue.
No. From
your of them coming over as well. JD Dogs. Oh my God, JD Dog. Oh. Go ahead, Africans. Go ahead. I'm not gonna pay him any mind. You know, I can't believe that he's over here. You know,
I'm not ready, JD. It's been a summer for Canadians. Okay, apparently Deadpool is good, so we'll take that. But other than that, it's been a summer. We've taken too many losses. We've flown too close to the sun, and our wings of wax are now melting. But there's your Greek mythology lesson for the day. No comment on that. But when you're JD, from your perspective, when you're looking at Canada amid the controversy and everything there, how do you feel about their performance in that? Is this an impressive? I'm not going to say is this more impressive than them winning the gold. I think if they medal here, you can have that conversation. But how do you feel about it going from there?
I think it's more impressive than them winning the goal. Yes, I actually think so. You know why?
Why?
It's one thing to say you're going to do something, and under pressure, it's I've never seen Canada under this amount of pressure, and the way they came out and spoke on the matter. I just love that they held it together and said, listen to me, we're not a cheater, like what I was telling you. This is no way they should be fearing New Zealand. I saw Nigeria dominating New Zealand. No, not saying Nigeria ain't a good team, but I saw Nigeria dominating New Zealand. So Canada, that is a worldly renowned top 15 team for the last 7 billion years, should not be worried about New Zealand. So that's drone conversation. I just never I just believe that it's something they penalize them this harshly based off what they had in the past. Like because I heard that they're saying that you guys had problems before. So maybe that's what they penalize them for. I just believe so. But go back to the games itself. We knew after playing, they started a little bit slow against New Zealand. Lost a goal and rally back to dominate the game. They still had the next 2 tougher games to come and knew that they had to win everything to come through. And it was, what's her name again? Giles.
Vanessa Giles, Vanessa Giles.
She was the one came out and made her statement, and I just love it. The passion that she gave with it, I just love it. And I'm saying, I believed in them a little bit more. They are like us. This doesn't sound like Drake. This sounds like, people stand up and be counted. I was on my channel saying that And they proved me right. And I'm saying, Africans, listen to me. They are going to beat both Colombia and France. And they went out there to bash them. So I think this is more impressive because, as I've said, remember, we covered a lot of competition, me and you, all right? And I've always said Canada's don't have this killer mentality in them. The ladies football, they don't seems to have that United States and Mexico has. And from the other day, I've been seeing it. I have been seeing it. So maybe this is a turning point for Canada's football. Period. That's what I actually think. So from me, this is more impressive than winning the actual Olympics.
I think there's two conversation points. If you're talking on the pitch, there are two players they clearly missed at the World Cup. And to me, that's Janine Becky and that's Jade Rose. What they allowed them to do, they give you defensive versatility, but then they also give you confidence on the ball. The game-winning goal doesn't happen without Janine Becky hustling back, getting the ball, then moving it forward to Leon, who then gets it to Heidema, who shoots, then Jill scores. And in the same breath, Jade Rose, tell me how many players Jade Rose has played against and has defended them well. When she plays them, they disappear. She has her portfolio of, hi, I've defended these players, is better than some players have had in their career, and she's not a professional player yet, right?
Yeah.
So I think on the pitch, it shows those two players were sorely missed at the World Cup. And I mean, there were other things. I mean, I've had my issues with Priestman as a coach, and that's just mainly just roster selection. She has her, most people say a coach has their favorite like 11. Bev has her favorite 23. Right. And it doesn't. And so a player could be playing well, and then there'll be the conversation. They'll say, oh, she doesn't have experience playing at the international level. And then I'll be like, well, you don't give her experience. So how's she going to get experience if you don't give her experience? But that's besides the point, right? I think so. On the pitch, those are the two things that they sorely missed. Coming in a little bit healthier, it's good that Michelle is healthier, but no, with Becky and Rose, it gives them more flexibility and it gives them a little bit more grit in their defense, but then also moving forward. They've missed those two. Off the pitch, I don't know how this ends. My thoughts is that I think FIFA, I have so many thoughts on this, but I think the fact that for Canada that they went and they were using a drone for New Zealand, to me tells me that it feels like this was just something that was ingrained in them, right? There was no hesitation. And that to me is an interesting thought of looking at it, because if you say, I mean, if there have been artists that come up and said, hey, they used it against Panama at the World Cup qualifiers. And when I read it, I'm like, well, of course you're going to use it for New Zealand. If you're going to use it for Panama at the women's tournament, you're using it for New Zealand. There's so many checks and balances that we can go into on another date, but the system and how they move forward, I think it could be a turning point for the program, like you said, JD, because they may actually have to clean house. And that might be the best thing that they need to do. And for the players, I mean, what more can those players do? They win the World Cup. I mean, they didn't win it. They win the Olympics 3 years ago. And then ultimately, what happens after that? They get a few games for celebration and then nothing else. They finally get a league. This is the one thing that sucks. They finally get a league. And then this is the PR we give them before the league starts, drones and all the fun things. It will be interesting to see how they respond. I think for Canadians, we're proud of them as the players. I think it was harsh because I felt FIFA had to do something at such a high profile event. You can't do something. And I said this earlier, it's one of the few things that FIFA will swing their hammer of discipline on that they still have legitimacy to do it, right? We won't talk about their other actions, whether it be rights of players, what other things, money, all those other things. They don't touch it. But the integrity of the game, according to them, once that happened, I knew they were coming in that. I figured they would do just 3 points. They gave a -6. And I'm sure there'll be something after the Olympics that comes through, but we'll have to wait and see for that. But for now, the ladies, they've played well. They go against Germany, which, to be quite honest, is probably the best team for them to play out of the 8 that are there. Just because they have played them tough in the past. She Believes Cup, they played them well. And I think that's good. And yes, they're on the same side as the US. You're playing at the Olympics, there's only 12 teams. You're going to play good teams. I think in terms of the matchups, other than Brazil, Germany would have been the best choice for them to play. That doesn't mean that I think that they're going to walk out of this and win. I hope they do. But I think for where they are, they couldn't have asked for a better matchup. Now they need to get rest. They can reset. And that's the biggest thing.
Go into what we saw Germany did against Zambia. Germany have some issues at this point, you know.
Yeah.
Their midfield is not as fluent, their defensive line is not as solid, and their forward line is not as solid as well. I actually think that Canada has a good shot in this. I don't think I think this is what that Canada needed. They needed something to target. You remember the Reggae Girls at the Olympic? You mean at the World Cup?
Yeah.
They had something to target. So everything was blocked out of their heads. And that's what they're doing. I just believe. And the Reggae Girls weren't as good, nowhere near as good as Canada. You understand me? Canada is actually in the same territory of these teams, but they needed that. So that I am that type of person to push on.
Yeah.
I actually think that this is a 50-50 game, if not slightly 55% in favor of Canada. In actual favor of Canada. Yes.
I do agree. My only concern for Canada right now is they've played off of, for lack of better words, they've played off of just emotions and just running. So having these days off are going to be important for them just to get rest. All right. They finally could, tomorrow will be the first game they play without any FIFA announcements, without any sanction announcements. Tomorrow might be the first game they play all tournament where it's just them, Germans, and the pitch, which is massive for them. And so I'm excited to see what they're able to do. But
it's still going to feel the same way because every game was an elimination game for them. So they've been in this mood from day one. So it makes them even more scarier because they are always on the edge. The rest of them just trying to be on the edge because Germany was comfortable until the USA game, to be honest. And they kind of knew that, okay, once we can outscore Zambia, we have better defenders. So, yeah, it can happen. You know, they always believed that they could have won against Zambia. And once you know that you sit back against Zambia, be a little bit more defensively solid, you tend to can get the better of Zambia, to be honest. That's what I saw. Yeah. But you have a lot of comments, you know. Look like we needed to drop it.
No, it looks like people are coming in and we'll jump in. Okay. We got Spain. Oh, we're talking on the men's side. Yeah, we'll cover that real quick too as well. I'm not surprised with that. But like I said it earlier, I think just that action says that it's something that they've done without hesitation. And I mean, there's more things that are there to talk about it. If Jamaica was in the quarterfinals here, how far would they get in the tournament? I think they would get to the quarterfinals. If they got to if they reached the quarterfinals, they would reach the quarterfinals.
I think
that's as far as
you find ways to put Jamaica in this conversation. But just stop. Boy,
in my opinion, as they're currently built, if they made the quarterfinals, JD, they'd make the quarterfinals, and that would be as far as they'd get. That would be this. Would she get her job back? I don't think so. I don't think Bev is coaching in Canada after a year. Could she coach again? Yes, I think she will coach again. Some people think that this should be it for her. Look, this is something that I feel like. Look, this is if this is your first major scandal, I will give you another. I'll give you another chapter. But if something else happens after that, you're pretty much done. So I think she'll have another chance to coach. I don't think it'll be Canada. I think the interesting thing is the other two coaches that were suspended. They are youth development coaches. This Mander, has been a riser in cat and on the women's side. She's part of video and video just detailing for them. She's also in charge of their U15s. So they don't have a U15 coach right now. And then their other Lombardi was in charge of the development centers in Ontario, as well as that. So it's an interesting thing. This is why I think a lot will change with Canada, which is probably good because I do have my issues with like NDCs. In theory, they work well, but at some point you need to get clubs. The federation, in an ideal situation, everyone is equipped to develop players, and then the federation can take the best of them. The federation should have to be grouping players into a pool and picking from them, because what that does is it actually limits your pool. You're taking the best of the best, but then late bloomers, players who are moving from other spots, they don't move on. I think so I think that's where it gets interesting in terms of what I think could happen or maybe won't happen within the whole system for Canada. But we'll go from there and talk through things. More comments. Good to see you, Sam Bowen, as well. There, America's doing some things on that side. Yes, I've been watching the demise of the U23s, but that's besides the point. When you're looking at the matchups here, JD, and guys, give us your matchup predictions for the women. We will cover the men real quick here, but on the women's side, you have France, Brazil, Spain, Colombia, US, Japan, Canada, Germany. Who do you see moving to the semifinals in each matchup? Let's start with France versus Brazil. No Marta, I assume, with that red card, which you just think that
red
might
card
be,
should be rescinded. You know, at first I thought that she made attempt, she connected her head, you know, but it went over her head and never even made contact with her. So it's a dangerous play as it relates to where she put her foot. But I think that is something that you could protest. You could actually protest it. I am just thinking that maybe others would say no, but I'm just thinking that. What you thought about that?
I think when again on live action, I see why you go straight red, but I'm surprised VR. I think the action was dangerous, but because she didn't make contact, it's one of those where it's a judgment call for the ref, where they're going to say, is it the contact that matters or is it the act that matters? It's a high boot. It's a dangerous area. I can understand why they go to the red, but I also would have understood if they took that to a yellow. I think it's also unfortunate because it very well may be the last image from one of the greatest women players of her generation is her going out with a high boot against Spain, which I don't think that speaks to the player that she is, but that is something that we'll have to watch that. But I'll be interested to see there. But when you look at the matchup, France versus Brazil, I call this the matchup of teams that just never hit the next gear for me in tournaments. France should have at least reached the final of a World Cup by now. Brazil has the talent to have at least reached more than just the semi. In the disappointment cup, as I'll jokingly call it, who do you have? France, the home side, or do you have Brazil playing for their legend and getting to the semis and having a chance to do something special for them?
I like what I saw against in Spain with 10 players. They actually showed me something. France team kind of let me down. Even against New Zealand, they never looked all that impressive. You know, so they kind of let me down, to be honest. So I would say that it's a 50-50 game going in. You know? It's not a complete wash, you know. It's a 50-50 game going in, I would say. So, and to be honest, I want to side with Brazil. I want to keep France edge, you know, but I want to side with Brazil. I'm going to pick Brazil. I'm going to pick Brazil because I just like what they offer. Like they give me the Canada vibes. I think France is too laid back, you know, so they might just get crippled by Brazil in this one.
Now, and that's the tough thing because I think France, on paper, and how they were playing moving in, both teams were playing well going into this. So I think for me, I want to side with France just because the home crowd, I think, gives them the boost over. But I will not be surprised in any way if we see this game ending 2-0 Brazil and or 2-1 Brazil with 2 goals coming in and Wendy Renal or Katoto coming in with a goal to make it close. Now, as I say those names, I'm changing my answer again. I'm going France. I think France will get it done. There's a lot of talent on both sides, but I think France having Katoto is important for them. They finally have a 9 that they can get the ball to, and they can use. And then in set pieces, her plus Reynal. Come on now. I think France gets it done over Brazil, which is sad because now the last image we'll see of, according to me, of Marta will be a high boots against Spain.
Well,
but I'm going with France.
Jamaica. She did well against Jamaica. She had some bicycle kicks and all sorts of things. So I think she did her job.
Mm.
So she did well against Jamaica, you know.
No, that's
She's at
true.
the top level now. Yeah, she's at the top level. Guys, once you come in, please do smash the like button on both of the platforms. Subscribe to African's channel. All right, we were streaming a little bit earlier, and you guys never came over. Once I do share the link, just roll over. We talk football here, full football. We have watched everything. So support the thing, all right, and stop just
Mhm.
box yourself in Jamaica's overhyped conversations. You know, when every other team plays. Simple as that. Even though we're going to talk about Jamaica in this one, but you know, Jamaica conversations are over the top, bro. I don't know how you guys
Yeah.
don't get boring of that thing, but what sometimes it stresses me to come and do it, even though it's new information. But I know how the response will be. So let me mix the thing, people. Join me and
Mhm.
support me in other contents, and then I will be much more happier to come and sit down and know that let me take one for the team. You know, yeah. If you listen to me another conversation, yes. But if you
Fair
don't,
enough.
I ain't taking nothing for the team. I'm very sorry.
All right. So we separate on both of them on France and Brazil. I
Yes,
think
yes,
the more
yes.
interesting game, not the most interesting game, but the game I would have fun watching. The first game of the day, Spain versus Colombia. You have the system versus the prodigy, right?
The
I
system versus
am
what?
the
The
prodigy.
prodigy.
The
Okay, okay.
prodigy, yeah.
Keep an hyping up because Colombia. Wait until Spain plays. You're going to
I
learn.
that's why I said it's a system versus the
I hear you.
prodigy. It's a
Well, Spain is
system.
the everything. The system, the prodigy, the stars, the moon, everything.
Alexia's scoring goals. Salma is there creating havoc without the ball. Spain is a system. They are an institution at this point, and they play Colombia, a side who I think when we talked about Zambia, Zambia is how Colombia is how Zambia thinks they play. Colombia is actually how Zambia should be playing, but with a better full team, right? The
Mm-hmm.
version of that, and them getting Maya back for this game, at least as a holdup, gives them the opportunity. Now, will Maya give us the same performance that she had against France, where it was just 13 chances, two goals contributions? But if she scores maybe 3 or 4 of them, it's a different conversation. We will see. But I think I know who you're going with, and I think I know who I'm going with too. And guys, let me know again. Give
Of
me your
course.
predictions for these games.
I think you don't even have to pass up. Sometimes Africans, some people deserve to get the benefit of the doubt. And the
Mm,
one someone ain't getting any benefit here is Colombia. It is Spain battering Colombia,
mm,
battering them. Yes, there is no second half coming back. If they come out, I am waiting for the team to act like they are a big team, and
mm.
that's Colombia because they don't understand when they are beaten. They tend to believe that they are a big team. I want them to come out and try that with Spain. I am telling you, they will get the brakes beaten off them. They will get the brakes beaten off them, man. Yes, man. Believe me, man. It's Spain. Africa is this Spain team that what we're seeing from the Spain team. These are things that have never been done. I don't know if you don't respect it. I don't know if it's like they have
Oh,
to be staying like United States with the physical, with the speed, and with a few passes. No,
I
these
never said I
these
didn't
girls are
respect
good.
it. I
Yeah,
know
you do.
JD, really? I don't respect Spain. I've been on Spain's train since 2021. I've been on the
Yeah,
train.
all right,
I
all
have been
right, all
on
right.
the train. I've been throwing coal in with my hands, and then on the other hand, apparently I was operating a drone. But like in the other hand, I was throwing coal into the train and saying, "Let's go." I think this Spain's team. I expect them. If they don't win gold, I think it's a disappointment. I've said that before the tournament. I'll say it again. I think if Spain doesn't leave with the gold, it's a disappointment for them. And I think the system beats the prodigy. It'll be good to have Maya back for Colombia, but I think Spain takes this. I think it's close on the scoreboard, but it's one of those dominant games where Spain has the ball, Colombia gets a few transition moments,
Close
Linda
on the
gets a few shots
scoreboard.
up,
I don't believe so.
but
That's all right, but yeah,
but then
I
ultimately
am
it's
hearing you.
yeah,
I'm hearing about
it's
I'm not believing it.
it
It's not going
it
to be
feels
close
like
on
a
the scoreboard.
3-1 game, JD. It feels like a 3-1 game.
Yeah, yeah.
Putellas, yeah, it feels like Linda gets one, and then Alexia gets two and Salma gets on the board.
Early.
That's what
If
it
it's
feels
an
like.
early goal, this might end up 4 or 5 goals scoring from Spain. Because remember, Colombia, they don't really. I don't know if they can't understand when they have been beaten. Yes, so I am going for Spain, and I'm thinking Spain win this one comfortable.
That's fair. I think that's fair. Omar finally giving me a 3-0 there, and it could be
I
more. It
like
could
that
be
one.
4 or 5. But that's
Yes, I
fair.
like.
I think it's very much possible for that. I think this feels like a 3-1 game type of a game. Next game we have the United States versus Japan. Um,
United States, Japan. I think this is a no-brainer again. Japan ain't escaping Africans.
we
United
were
States
having
will
fun.
batter. No, United States will batter. I think it's a lot of Kendricks in this tournament, and Canada is one of the new Kendricks as well. But I'm telling you, United States coming back for their chips. They are going to beat the bricks of Japan. They are.
No,
I don't even think Japan get 2 goals. I think it's 4-1 United States.
they're a
4-1.
buzzsaw right now. They
They
are a
ain't playing
buzzsaw,
these
and
people. They ain't playing.
no, I know they are not, and I thought it would take Emma one more tournament to do so, but
No, but
apparently
they
the
ain't
Olympics
playing.
was enough. So
They're
Emma just shows up and
suffocating people. You can't pass. You can't
with
do
no Jaden
anything.
Shaw. That the scary thing is like when you think of the players who were injured who aren't there, you're like, oh, they're a problem again. They have a competent coach. They're a problem again. Okay, we're afraid. So yeah, I think USA takes that. I think it's another they're a buzzsaw 3-0. I think they do that to Japan. Maybe Japan gets one in the counter. I think it's the score feels closer than it actually is, and the score may be 4-1. Maybe this game should be 6-1. That's what it feels like. I
Yes,
think
yes, yes.
that's the true. And then Omar says that yes, set plays may be a Japanese Achilles heel. I do agree with that moving forth, and by the US as well. And then Canada versus Germany. You know what?
Got to roll
I'm
with
going for
Canada.
destiny. I'm rolling with Canada.
Canada.
I am
2-1 Canada. Yeah, 2-1.
because
And
how
I'm
else do they
confident
win?
2-1
Only two
Canada.
one.
2-1 Canada. Yes.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
think two
are we streaming it's tomorrow 1 p.m.? Is it
tomorrow
what?
1 p.m. for me, so it'll be a
Yeah,
little bit later. I am away. I am literally this is the last time you'll see me live for about a week and a half. So we will.
African. Oh my god. Why you
This was
can't just
scheduled.
turn
This was scheduled. Don't come at me with this. I told you all 2 weeks ago I was leaving. I told you all 2 weeks ago. And now it's look at them hide. If Canada loses, they lose. If they win, they win. I won't be here to talk about it. Okay? I've
All
said
right, I'm
it.
going to do the Japan one, 3 o'clock, and I'm going to do the Canada Germany game at 7 o'clock. So those are the 2 games I'm going to be doing tomorrow, guys. So I'm going to take a rest in between and break down those 2 games. But those are my 2 games I'm going to be doing. Japan, I expect Japan to be getting bust down by United States. Yes, and I'm expecting Canada to. I don't even waste time watch the Spain game because it should go one way. You understand me? Yes. And the French Brazil game, I will watch it off stream.
I appreciate your consideration, Omar. I do. I really do. You're too kind for me there. You're too kind. All right, so there, a quick look and shout at the men right now as we're looking at it right now. France is up on Argentina 1-0. Egypt defeated Paraguay in penalties 5-4.
Yeah, Egypt. Oh my God.
Morocco looked at America and said, "Well, you were states. We will state facts here." And Spain dribbled around Japan for kicks.
Yeah, that was a dominant display.
Mhm. But your thoughts on the men's tournament so far and kind of how it
Love
sets
it.
up? I
Love it.
I love it as well. I am happy to see. No, sir. This was pre-scheduled. It was already, and then I realized it was during the Olympics.
People at this point, I'm done really fighting with Africans. I just leave him alone. Let he does whatever, he just do his thing. I'm not going to fight with him anymore. I just leave him alone because it comes a time when you just believe that okay, this is what it is. Because it can't be anymore, because it's 5 years and every single time. I think me and African covered like two covers like 2 Canadian game, pretty much 2. Guys, come on, do better than that. Get the likes up on the video. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and hit the likes on the videos. All right, I saw like 12 likes on the channel. Do better than that. If you're here, listen to the conversation, at least touch the like button, share and subscribe. Yeah. All right. Yeah, go ahead,
No.
Africans.
So yeah, I think on the men's side, I think the tournament was good. Set up no. I think it sets up a team like I always talk about like what you do after the World Cup, and I look at your youth teams, and it's a snapshot. Like I'm always one, and we'll talk about the CONCACAF U20s as well as new coach and stuff. But
Yes.
youth teams are a snapshot of your team. They aren't your entire program, but they're just a freeze frame at that moment. But I think for Morocco State, for what they've done, yes, they didn't have the best AFCON, but after the World Cup, now they have a young players who are playing well in a tournament. They have the chance of medal, which means they could have the opportunity now to say, yes, you have Hakimi on the team, but maybe you can find 2 or 3 players from this U23 team who, if they aren't already contributors to their national team, they can jump in and be contributors to the national team. And I think if they do that, that sets them up very well moving forward for the next World Cup and maybe the next AFCON as well. I think this is a good tournament for Morocco for what they've been able to show. I think them against Spain is an interesting matchup. To see France has been France. I haven't been necessarily impressed, nor have I been like disappointed. They've just been. I'm not even gonna say they've been France. They've been France. It makes sense. If they hold this game, will be a certain segment of the population will be happy. We all know who we are, so there's no problem. I don't need to say it. And Egypt reaching here, good for them. Honestly, good for them. I mean, will they qualify for a World Cup again? In this system, maybe. We won't know. But Egypt, I need to see more from them. But I'm glad that we're getting African teams with a chance to medal, which is always good, exciting to see. If anyone here, guys, let us know what you feel about the men's tournament as well. We know we have women's coming, but the men's tournament as well. I'm looking forward to see that Morocco-Spain matchup on Monday. That's interesting. I think that could be that could be a very.
It's gonna be a good match. But I'm still going for Spain. You know, I'm still taking Spain. Morocco looks good, but I'm going for Spain.
I think so. And if it's France versus Egypt, I love you, but I think France should beat you. So
yes,
they can do that.
But
so
Egypt
good for them on that aspect.
Keeps on finding ways to get over the line. But yeah, I am going for France as well. Even though France ain't that their best, you know, ain't at their best are what we expected them to be. Yeah. Agreed.
No, agreed. No, that's true. So for them, that's there. Other teams, anything else in terms of the men's that stood out to you?
No, just Spain dominance over football in general. I'm just impressed with it, and maybe see how much people not investing in football, like technical football, overall. You know, it really shocks me. Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking at still. But aside from that, I'm impressed.
Fair enough. I feel like, with that being said, we need to transition from the Olympics all the way back to the CONCACAF region. We're leaving France, talking a little bit about the U20s that happened. We know who our representatives are for the Chile 2025 World Cup. They are the USA, Panama, Cuba, and Mexico. They got there by winning their quarterfinal matchups: USA over Guatemala, Panama over Canada, Mexico over Costa Rica, Cuba over Honduras. Let's go group stage rounds, because I mean, I have Canada to talk about. You have a few words about Jamaica in terms of that. How do you feel just overall their performance? Any standouts from there? And guys, let us know how you felt about the U20s. Any standouts for the countries you supported? If not, just drop that in, and we just continue that discussion here. But U20s for you, a bit on the Jamaican side, but then also cover overall. Anyone stood out for you on that maybe you weren't watching there?
Boy. Africans like to torture people. Why? I'm going to talk about every other team because I want to talk about the teams, and that's good, you know. Yes, so I've seen a lot of nice teams. I saw systems coming from Cuba, which I like it. Costa Rica looked impressive. I truly believe that maybe the bracket cost Costa Rica because they are a better team than it's just the bracket, because I saw that Costa Rica could have beaten Honduras. They could have beaten Cuba as well. They drew with Cuba, but it was the first one, and they pretty much dominated the game. So that itself, they went up against a Mexican team, and they just fell short against the Mexicans. But that's not something to whine about, you know. So I'm impressed with it. United States and Mexico definitely. They are improving in the region, and I was very much impressed with Canada. I know that they dropped short of Panama, but I am impressed with Canada. I am very, very much impressed with Canada based on the way they have improved over the last 2 years in the men's side. And if they keep on doing their scouting, it's going to be problematic for a lot of people. So keep going on, Canada. Yeah, man, the United States is the natural setup. They're just the natural team that just find 11 more talented players and put on the field. I don't know. They do things, maybe just the population size, but they have a lot of teams big. If that's how we're looking at things, China should be the biggest team. You understand me? And they ain't.
True.
You get me? So we have to give United States their credit and stop talking about 300 million people and all of those stuff. They are talented. Now let me move on. Yes, the country that I support getting 9. Yes, let me talk about it now. Let's talk about it. So, anyways, Jamaica got 9-0 and pretty much embarrassing. We had expected that Africans. I actually expected the big scores as well, because I said United States giving Jamaica 6. You know, we expected Africans. They were terrible in the qualifying stage. Terrible. Like, you're wondering if these guys know to play football. They were that terrible. But for some reason, because if you win the games in Jamaica, they tend to not watch nothing of reality, just run up and down, do a bunch of sensationalism crap. You understand me? And tell you how great they are. It's just sad. I don't know if it's because I am getting more educated and certain things makes me feel so disgusted of what they're doing sometimes. But they were nowhere near no team. No Cuba, no United States, definitely not no Costa Rica. They were just not good and fully deserve to get embarrassed as well. Because sometimes I've realized that you need to get embarrassed like this for them to truly understand what they're up against. You understand me? You have to get beaten because they have some quarter system Africans in the country. You have to get beaten like this for people to realize reality, because they have to go back to 1998. Oh, we did this. We got a draw 5 years against a Mexican team that never got any points, none at all. In World Cup, never did anything. The worst Mexican team we got a draw against. And all of a sudden, that man need to come here. You don't need any license to coach people, because license is just for bypasses, and all you need to do is just need to set up a system and do this and do that. The crap, sometimes it stresses me to sit down and listen to some of these people talk. I'm telling you the honest truth. It stressed me, because the fact that you're going to tell someone that you don't need a license, you don't need nothing to coach, you just need to just turn up and have a good system. Only Jamaicans alone talk like that on planet Earth. Only Jamaicans. We are delusional. And I can't wait for people to beat the delusional behavior out of us. For which you just realize, pick the right people, pick the right coach, go and actually find a coach with a license and not Craig Butler. All right? Thank God. Not Craig Butler. Yes. So let me give up my rant right there and I stop right there. Yes. Okay. Never see a place so delusional in my life.
I think in terms of just thinking about the tournament overall, I had a thought, and on one of your lives I mentioned it to you. Panama is interesting to me. To me, in this tournament, JD, Panama is the second best team to me.
Yeah.
Yes, to me, from what I saw them do against Mexico, for what I saw them do against, like, and again, take the bias of them beating
so why
Canada.
You put them? What? So you put them better than Mexico
in this tournament? Yes. In this tournament, yes. In this tournament, I have USA, I had USA, Panama, Honduras, and then Mexico. Now, Honduras lost to
Okay.
Cuba. I didn't give the Cubans respect, even though I said they were at 5. They've beaten me once. They have my respect always. But I think the way Panama's playing, they may give. I'll say it, the final between the semifinal between the U.S. and Panama effectively will be the final to me,
Yeah, okay,
right?
okay. I think,
Be,
as I said, I think Mexico beating United States. I actually think that, and I'm more convinced that Mexico beats United States after seeing
I
them. United States
oh
the
yeah.
last time out. Yeah,
Mhm,
I'm actually convinced. So I'm a little bit different still, but if you want to put United States first, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with that, big
mhm.
boss.
No, I think they've been the more consistent overall. I think watching Panama against Canada, like, and maybe it's more of a commentary on where Canada is. Canada performed well. I think they had a few players that really pulled them through. They missed Ethan Brown in that game. His club called him up to play a reserve game, and they had to go to another center back in there. Not to say that center back didn't play well, but against Canada, Panama looked like the team with more ideas, and they were moving again. But that's the difference between, and we were saying here in Canada, when they drew Honduras, that's the difference between playing a Cuba versus playing a Panama. And I think that really did do them in, and that was unfortunate from that. I think though in this game, yes, that game was very hot. Did you watch the Canada Panama game, JD?
Yes, 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 yes. It's a very good game.
Did
I
I
don't
will I will
think.
ask,
I don't
was it a
think.
penalty? Was it a penalty
No,
to you?
no.
Yeah. I
I'm
I
telling you, I thought that Canada would, believe me, Canada, and not because you're York, I thought that Canada found a form. I just have
mm,
the belief. Oh, I just know when things is going to turn, and clearly it's turning now. Canada is having some good little spells going on for them. Believe me.
mhm. I agree, and I think that for me, it wasn't a penalty, but they were still struggling in that game. I think Panama was all over them. I think eventually they would have lost to Panama. I think Panama was just playing better. I did like what I saw from them. I do wonder what they do now with Santiago Lopez. Do they try to cap tie him now because we're dealing with Mexico? And if they don't do it quickly, there is a thought that Mexico swoops in and just cap ties him, and then a prospect that you thought you snuck from them, you will then lose to them again. So I'm curious to see what they do there. Overall, I think it does speak. There is talent. I always do question talent selection for Canada. Not to say the players didn't deserve to be there, but getting players who are in better form, players who are playing professional minutes. You can tell the players there who are playing either getting regular minutes for their teams or were in first teams. You could see the difference with them on the pitch versus others. And I think that's a thing that Canada has to continue to improve on. But I liked what I saw from Canada, same way with you.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I am curious to see how it goes. I think this Panama side is interesting with how they've been able to set up everything. The matchups are today Panama versus the United States, and then
Mm-hmm.
Cuba
Mm-hmm.
versus Mexico. I think the U.S. ultimately wins versus Panama, and I think it's another USA Mexico. On paper, it's another USA Mexico final. What I would love to see is I want to see that rematch, Panama Mexico, because I think Panama. I think if Panama beats the U.S., whoever wins that first game, I think can win the whole thing, and I'm really hoping Panama can do it because I've liked what I've seen from them so far. I wonder with all the reds though that they've accumulated, and then all the foul and everything that they spent in that Canada game, if that dooms them against US because they won't be as fresh for that. So ultimately, I think the US beats Panama. I think Mexico gets past Cuba, and we have another USA Mexico youth final matchup, which I think goes either way. But what about you, JD? What do you think?
I am no say I'm boy. I'm not gonna do any U20 game today because, as I said, tactical manager has a he has a stream going on. It makes no sense for me to be doing it. You understand me? It best I just pass through his stream. As I've said, that's just me. I keep relationships running. Me and tactical started this thing. I know to respect. I just don't do that. You know. But I think USA is gonna get it over Panama, and
Mhm.
I'm going for Mexico easily over Cuba. Cuba will try your physicality, but I just think the sharpness of the passing from Mexico will expose Cuba today. That is something that someone should have stuck out. But one thing Cuba did well throughout this entire tournament is to get people off their game with their physicality. They used that very well throughout this tournament. And it actually works for a lot of people. But I think that Mexico being in their own country, I think they can deal with the physicality of Cuba. And I think they're going to slice and dice them up. I think this ends at like 4-1, 5-1. But
I could see that going there as well.
United States, Panama, 3-1, United States win.
Indeed. I think that's fair. That's a fair assessment, I think, for it is. And Olise, thank you for putting Argentina on a quick flight back. 2-0 for France over them. Samboan says his prediction is 1-0 USA. I can see that being the case. I think there'll be a few more goals. I see that going to 2-1 USA at the end, because I think Panama is going to have to get a goal versus them. So we're going to go from there and have a conversation, and we'll see how it goes. But I think it's USA and Mexico in the final. Lastly, because we'll go a bit over the hour, because that'll be the case. So less up to you as well. Jamaica has a new coach, and the reason why I'm talking about it is because we know for a fact that he was one of Nigeria's selections. Right now, the three candidates that the technical committee had suggested were Steve McLaren, Eric Shell, and then Tom Saintfield. Yeah, words. They were the ones that were interviewed, but then McLaren stepped out and then chose Jamaica instead of going through there. So Nigeria's down to those two. And that's interesting. You kind of covered it a little bit this morning in your live, JD. And I think I do agree with the concept. I think on paper, the better roster is Nigeria. But I think the better pathway ultimately is Jamaica if you're trying to make a World Cup. I think Jamaica, CONCACAF is the easier pathway for that versus that. But for you,
but that don't technically mean Jamaica qualifying to no World Cup.
It doesn't. No, it
just means that's what you're saying. You know, it means what you're saying. No, I'm just making sure the listeners understand. It doesn't mean because what they will do now, take what you said. Yes, Africans saying that Jamaica should be making the World Cup and will be making the World Cup, and put a bunch of pressure on the coach and don't factor in nothing else, you know?
JD, when do people quote me? When do people quote me in Jamaican news?
Well, believe me, once they stroke their ego, that's all. Just the greatest, and nothing else.
If I see myself on TVJ, I have questions. Okay, I have questions. I have pure questions. Okay. I don't want to see Canadian YouTuber thinks Jamaica makes World Cup, and I'm just like, play the rest of the clip. They have an easier pathway. That's like looking at Google Maps, and it's saying the highway is clogged, but the side roads might get me through. Okay.
Yes, and I agree.
There's no pavement, but it looks shorter. Okay.
Facts.
I'm not
canceled.
Thank you, Amzal. I appreciate it. It's okay. Yeah. So I can't even say I'm Canadian anymore because it's either drones or Kendrick. So I don't know what I win in this world of mine. I win nothing. Oh, okay.
Well, don't pay him any money. He's just here.
No. Madness, nothing but love. Nothing but love there. But like, I think, how do you feel about the by the appointing in that? I mean, moving that aside, does he fit, do you think, the players versus the system that you assume that he may want to play? How do you feel about that?
Yes, I think these set of players fits his system a little bit more. You know, majority of the tier players them that we have gotten in England so far are players that goes through the similar phases as to what he do work on. You understand me? So I know that people would say that we want the Spain managers and all of those stuff, but I don't think we're at that level at this point. You know, we locals, we ain't playing no football. We have no football education at this point. And overseas, they are playing in clubs that they're trying to get things done. So if you're going to get the Spain manager, tell him that he has to qualify. This is like putting him under unnecessary pressure. So what I've said in both of my videos is just what you have to structure it to what you want. So if it's a qualify for World Cup, I think that is not the right thing. you're selling the country. Yes, World Cup should be a thing that we should be trying to strive for. But even if it doesn't happen, you still keep them on and work on a long-term plan rather than, oh, you give a 2-year contract. That doesn't seem like you have any confidence in anything you're doing, based off my analysis, to be honest. You know, so, but I
No,
think he's good enough to get the job done. He's good enough to stabilize the ship for Jamaica and get the job done as to what I think the job is, which is to set a good team for Jamaica and challenge for this World Cup and going sure to the next World Cup. That's what I think.
No, and I think what you do, you bring up a point which is fair, which is something I brought up even when they brought in Holgrimson, right? Which is, what are you bringing him in for, right? Because I remember, because I was on your channel when we had this conversation, which was, if you're bringing him in because he's the coach of Iceland, and then you're saying, look at what Iceland did, you will be disappointed, because that coach wasn't even the coach that said it. He came in after the whole system came through, and he was the person to push it over the edge, right? And so when I was watching from the outside and seeing people saying, well, we need these things, oh, the youth development this, or youth things over there, and I'm looking at him like, well, I said this to you 2 years ago. What are you bringing him in for? If you're bringing him in to push you over the line based off of the system that you've built, where you've revamped everything, because that's the Iceland system. Iceland is, we all look at their big win versus England in that Euros. The conversation is, when they revamped the system, they revamped training, they revamped everything, and then they brought him in at the end and he pushed everything. And that's where I think the difference was for them. So I think if they're bringing him in to push it over, what is he pushing over? What is McLaren pushing over the line? Because I feel like it's, are we pushing over a finished building? No. Are we pushing over a questionable foundation? No. At this point, are we just pushing over a sandcastle, hoping that it holds shape long enough to not be battered by waves and make a World Cup? I think truly, and I don't think you guys need drones to do this, but I think looking from the outside, revamping the entire system in Jamaica is needed. Right? The coach can patch up things only so much because it's so limited. Because again, the short term, you're looking at making the World Cup. I respect that. I get that. But your system needs work. The entire system needs work, whether that is professionalizing your local league, whether that is mandating academies, whether that is making sure teams are prioritizing youth development. You have to look at those things ultimately, whether that is getting the proper education in. Getting to the World Cup is great. There's no doubt about that. That's always important. It's a good banner moment for the program, for the country, for the diaspora, everything. But what do you do with it after that, right? Canada's women's team, they won a gold cup. No, they won a gold medal, and then it took them 3 years to get a domestic league. They hosted a World Cup, and then from there it still took them 10 years to start a league. That's too much time. Jamaica made a World Cup in 98. They've not really tasted or smelled it since. I think there's more work within the system overall. The coach, sure, get some players in, get them to the World Cup. That's a great banner moment for the country, for everyone. But I think they need to look at an entire overhaul of the system that is bringing in players, because if not, what are you left with? You are left with a year maybe of a run, and then from there, where do you go? Right? DJ Gig says, one thing I would like the GF to do is to give this coach 100% control when it comes to the team, because if not, we're going to end up on where, I'm going to assume, where we were. You're always going to have people. You're always going to have too many hands in the kitchen. That's a reality. You can give them as much autonomy as they want, but I think, and I've said this before, they need, my first thing is for Jamaica, you guys need, from my perspective, a overall national technical director for the country who goes to every club and or every whatever it is and sets the standard for what you want to see in the country. Because if you don't do that, a new coach will come in, every coach will play like they want to play, and it'll be the same thing. A new coach will come in, they want to play a certain way, the same the same people will come in, the same people who've been in charge will come in and say, well, we've always done it this way. And then at some point, someone will say, well, why does it work? Why doesn't it work? The one person, JD, who kind of looked like he might try to break the wheel, for lack of better words, was John Wall. And then John Wall lasted how long? John Wall had one good press conference, and then
yes, one truth press conference, and that's it. That's all it took for you not
then
to
he was
turn
pulled
up.
off of everything. Then it was like,
Racist.
we don't want you,
You're quality
right?
better than people. Anytime you fight against the delusional and train, believe me, that's it for you in Jamaica, man. Once you talk about the delusion train, that's why I don't know how long they're taking to cancel me, because I've been here beating. Unless I need to shave my head a little bit baller than John Wall, that's what it might take, Yes.
No, JD, we've learned if you need to get kicked off of something, just fly a drone. So just fly a we max it drone somewhere, and then be like, "Hi, it was me," and then that'll get you everything banned for a year.
But they ain't playing in the game for me to spy on them. I just know that if I just tell the players them just stand up one place, pass the ball, don't be worried about big, fast, and strong. Just move in the zones them that I wanted to move. You're gonna win the game. Like that is just the typical. Right? I don't spot this running, no education. Just go out there and put up 2 stone and just run football. Yeah, well, I know I'm not gonna lose to that. I'm almost certain. So I don't need any drone. Just cancel the drone. Stop wasting the time. No electricity. Just play normal football. You will be winning that damn game. Facts.
I agree.
Yeah, but surprising as you watched my video and listened, most of these people are not really amazed by the coach that's coming in. I can't understand what I'm hearing. I'm saying, damn, then Africans what have we ever done in football to be out here questioning which coach we should get? Do you realize that it's not every country can get every coach? Right, Africans? Is that a thing?
No, it's true.
Is that like
true.
Don't people have a standard? Because Pep Guardiola will never coach Jamaica, right? We can almost certainly say that, because what is he going to come and coach? The grass? You understand me? He can't.
I understand.
So we are where we get this high level of confidence? It's kind of shocking to me. Like, you're saying we need this. No, Jamaica can't get anybody. We are not good at football. So I think the JFF did a very good job to attract this person. We are not good. And I'm telling you, thank God for the English players them, because nobody would have come and coach Jamaica. For what take away the English players them, nobody not coaching Jamaica. You would have to make Craig Butler coach Jamaica. That's one damn thing I do know. What is, you should be thanking every stars. You got a coach like this and you're acting like you're bigger than this. Brother, these people are some of the most I'm sorry, Africans, for me to even say that in a program, but I've been saying it for the whole day. I said it 15 times on my program. These people are the most delusional people on planet Earth. What are you talking about? You can't get every manager. You cannot. What? I don't. Coach, I am telling you, you should have just taken the Nigeria job. I don't know what you get yourself into. These people are delusional. Let me tell you again. And I need somebody to clip it and send it to the coach. These people are some of the most delusional people on planet Earth. Let me tell you again. Yes, they are going to act like they know more than you. Even the man that hired you to do the job that he can't do, he's going to act like he's more than you and know more than you. Some of the most delusional people I've ever seen in my life. Sorry. Wow. Sorry, Africans, but I had to make it. I am tired of listening to some of these fools. Oh my God. Sorry, man. It's annoying, man.
It's okay. I didn't expect that today would be the day you broke.
Yeah,
I
oh my
didn't think
God,
today would be
man.
the day that I broke you on a stream, but I'm sorry. But um, which is true. I want to leave you with one question before you shut this down. But DJ Gigs asking this, what I wonder what they said to convince the coach to come in. If I was them, I'd say we have access to a whole heap of talents that we just need you to bring them over the board to finish the job for us and then get us. That's what I would have said if I was a JFF. And if you sign up now, you can get half of these talents for the price of one. And I would sound like an infomercial that way. That's what I would have said. Because that's the thing, regardless of, and that's the most frustrating thing with Jamaica to me as an outsider. They have access to talent. Access to it doesn't mean that you have it.
Yeah, but Africans, they
It
don't
just
believe
means that.
that. So let me just scrap. Oh, we have access to talent. Me and you and everyone else watching this stream that has sense knows. As what Umzo claimed to say, these are the things that upset my spirit. People like Umzo. Oh, some of the most delusional people are Umzo. Just stop. Just go. Why not just go back to Jamaica, please? Let some of the delusional people kill their ass. But why just don't go back to Jamaica and them kill you? Then you get to realize that you can just join the brother. Stop, man. Stop giving some stupid people strength, man. They believe Africans. I'm telling you, it's just because sometimes you're not entrenched in what I'm talking about. They believe that they're better than the other people. And I'm talking about people that never learn one damn thing in their lives. They are telling you that they don't need to learn nothing. They just need to come out on the field and they're better than other people.
That's true.
No, you need to go back and stop sending stories and twist. Umza, just leave me alone. You know what? France qualify Umza. Just have a good idea, Umza. I promise I was not going to war in African stream, but you guys are here, so I have to war. You know, I have to fight. You know, yes.
Well, I was just going to ask you the simplest. Interesting.
Yes.
If we're gonna go here, no, because there's and as maybe this is me hiding behind a secret that many people assume isn't there. I don't know if it's to the extent of everyone flying drones, but I do think there's a level of cheating that happens in football. I do. Now, does that help me sleep at night better? Not really. I think the problem that it's done is what you've asked. Everything now for Canada in their period of the most success is now under the shroud of questions, right? Now, every time Canada, you look at that era of Canada, the first question will be, well, were they that good or did the drones help them? Now, Drogba, I think, said it best, where it's the difference is, yeah, before we didn't use drones. Before it would be scouts who, who would dress up as janitors, but then, happened to be glancing a very long time at the pitch during training, or scouts who would just be in the press boxes hidden behind things. People were always cheating. I think the problem with Canada was they had done it so much, and they did it at the biggest. I think they did it at the biggest stage, which got them caught. I think ultimately this cloud is going to be with them regardless of what they do until they do something else. And
Milsha, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, Milsha. Sorry, Africans. No, because Milsha said, JD, you have to make a distinction that it's only minority of viewers things like Umzo. Yes, I'm very sorry about that, man. But you see, sometimes I just want to just give my takeover because I want the best. But they would have classed me in Jamaica as an hater, Africans. I want the best, and people know that I want the best, and I know what to get the best. But because we have so much delusional people, in certain specific areas, it's hard, and then people like Umzo makes it even worse. So I'm very sorry, Melchior. Yes, that's what I meant. Sorry, Africans. Sorry. Continue.
Apology accepted. I assume, based off the comments, Argentina has just lost. That's there's a reality there. What I was going to ask you, so for Irie Vibes, that I think everything's going to be under a shadow for them, and that's ultimately going to be unfortunate until the next big scandal happens, and I think that'll be the case for Canada. So Canada just has to take the spotlight until, I don't know, pick something. I'd say a country hosting the World Cup will take over things. So for that, that's how I kind of feel. That's how I kind of feel for how Canada will go. So that's kind of what it is. Whenever they get a reality check, a bag of excuses. Yeah, I kind of do agree. With
Yes,
that,
Africans,
and
the
then
guys them just collect 9 love, 15, and they're out there trying to make metrics to say that a guy texted my phone. I had to build my stream today, Africans, and tell him, listen to me. Anybody takes my phone outside YouTube, if I'm not doing a stream and I am not your friend, I'm going to block you from my channel, from my WhatsApp. Because one of them texts me, Africans, hear what he's saying. Cuba qualified. Costa Rica nearly qualified. United States qualified. You don't see that Jamaica never did that bad. It's because these teams were so good.
so we didn't do bad because everyone else was so good.
It's so good in the group. Yeah. So because they went
But
on to qualify. Yeah.
oh, okay. Now I understand what you're saying.
No,
So because you're saying you were in a,
you see what
no,
is
I'm
hurt my
understanding what
feelings,
he's.
Africa.
I see what he's saying, but that's like New Zealand saying we were actually really good at the Olympics. We just had France and Canada in our group, and Colombia too. And I looked at it and say, or
Oh my
maybe you were if you're the team that has more on the goals against versus the goals for, that shouldn't be this. Why? Why is
You
why?
see, and Africans, the only reason why that is, it's because it's a Jamaican is the coach, and they have a bunch of Jamaican ass kids on it. Jamaican barn, because they are not they are not the only Jamaicans on it. But because they think that they own the country, so they have their people that they can resonate on the field with. And that is the sole reason. So they're trying to, next thing they're gonna cry out is Jesus. And the next thing Africans they're gonna cry out is Jesus. To say Jesus from anywhere.
You haven't
That's
talked to Pastor enough. Clearly, Lansley hasn't been on the stream enough. Clearly, he hasn't been here enough. Oh man, no, but
oh
like,
my god.
I
Oh
think
my god.
I okay, because I heard that I was just like, but the that's but the math isn't mathing. Okay, because that's
Oh,
like me
and
saying,
yeah.
okay, no, Jay, now see now you forced my hand to go here. Okay, that's like me saying this. Okay, look at the World Cup qualifier groups. Okay, look at this. Okay, Guatemala's in first, Jamaica's in second, right? DR, Dominica there. That's like me saying, you know what? As long as they make it into the next group, as long as they qualify, that matters, right? And now, and I know those words mean something to you because I've heard and I've said, no, no, because if you just qualify in second, like like Nick, you see the teams. Yes, you're doing your best to avoid some teams, but but like,
And Africans, what do you think caused that? Is the over the top egotistic behavior, because if
they
you
had
had
19
if
minutes.
you had the education, Africans, you would have known how good the next teams are, and when you would have educated your fans and your players as well. So if it goes the way it should go, you could say, yes, people, we did our best. These are the highest ranked teams, and we put up a fight against them. We feel in this area, and this is the areas we need to work on. But because they don't want to kill their quota system and they want to go back to the same madness, Africans, this is exactly what happens. So they want to keep selling the confusion and the madness. So that's what I'm saying, people. I'm begging you. I don't like people. Don't text me on my WhatsApp. Don't text me none at all. You understand me? Just don't text me. I am not interested. Just come on the YouTube. We will talk there because I am going to disrespect people if they text me personal. I'm telling you, man, because I can't manage these people. I don't live in that fantasy land. I can't take it, man. Stop making excuse. You are not good. You are not the one. All right? You are not. Everybody see the other people that are the better ones. So you could keep on telling yourself that you are not. And with you, you're not qualifying. All right. So let me tell you that again. All right. So yes, thank you, Africans. I think I have respected myself enough now.
I'm still wrapping my head over that math. Like I'm still trying to wrap my head over that math
So
because
you see, you should not want to have my phone. You see why I'm
JD, no.
upset always. Now you figured out why I'm upset. All right. Now you figured out why I'm upset so much. I can't deal with these people, man. I'm stressed out. Like the maddest people, in my phone, the maddest people contact me. I don't. People send me some sane people. Melshai, please get my number and text me. Text me some good things that's happening in the game. I need some sensible people. I can't bother with the mad people. Having my phone number. It's just all mad people. Yes, I'm tired of it. Yes. If your kid try to do something and she's not good at it, do you also tell her? Of course. Yeah, it's a Belgium. It's reality. They will tell you. Ask him. I can bring my kid on this damn YouTube, and you realize why she reach where she reach. Because if she can't do it, she will know that she can't do it, and she will learn what is required. So she already have a standard, Umzo. I don't know which part of France it is, but it must be where all the Jamaicans in there. That's all I'm telling you. Because why you sometimes yes, Africans, go ahead. I'm not gonna fight it. I'm done with Humza today. Go ahead, sir. Give your take, Africans.
Well, I guess this is how I'm leaving the country for a week and a half. This will live on for infamy, apparently. What I wanted to ask you, JD, was with the men's qualifiers getting going next year, is there an area of need you'd say, hey, could we, if we could shore up this specific area in the pitch that can keep us a little bit more solidified, especially with the new with the new with the new coach. What do you need with the new coach is what I wanted to ask, just on early reactions, or is it still based off of the same conversations we had before? And yes, apparently Argentina versus France was bigger than football. I didn't realize that this was Iran playing Iran playing the US in the 98 World Cup. I didn't realize it was that big, but it is a big deal for those who know, and those who don't. But Jamaica, on the pitch, the boys, the reggae boys, is there a position they need to shore up heading into their final two qualifier games coming up next year?
A position, Africans. A position.
Okay, a 23-man roster then. Is there are there roster plays? Okay, fine. I try to be kind and give you one place to focus in on, but according to JD, just saying the whole thing.
But I think if you ask the entire chat, which positions we need to show up on, believe me, calculators will be coming out. Let's talk about the players that we have. We have a few players, and then we need a system to make sure those few players can play at their highest level, and then the rest can fit in around them. And then we still will need the extra pieces that you're talking about. All right? Yeah. So I would say that we need a extra goalkeeper. Yes, an extra goalkeeper. I thought that we were good in that area. We need a left back. Yeah. We need 3 central to central defensive midfielder. Yeah, 3. So that is how much players? We need a keeper, a left back, 3 midfielders. That is 5 so far. We need a striker as well. Yeah. And we still need 1 winger.
Okay, so a striker, a winger, the entirety of the midfield, a new goalie, and a right back or a left back.
Yeah, we need a left back. We have a lot of right backs.
So do you want me to pick up Milk some eggs with that too? Like, do I need bread? Like, what else am I picking up with this shopping list? Apparently,
No, you're asking what we need. I mean, I'm telling you what we need. The good thing is
fair enough.
we have a few of those positions that we can call on to. But the last coach, because he was working with the JFF and working with other people and working with the Cocoa Juice people as well, he started to believe that Damian Lowe is the new sensational, and that was not the case. You understand me? Yes. Left out
JD,
legitimate midfielders.
I can't wait for someone to put out the 19 Minutes in Toronto documentary and how it set back the Reggae Boys for 10 years because they've convinced themselves because of 19 Minutes in Toronto that this was the solution. And I even said it, like, it's a good break glass in case of emergency, but it can't be the solution all the time. And then they will come back and say, well, we had a good result against the US. No, that US, I'm going to say it, JD, to anger everyone, but I'm going to say it. That US and that Mexico, these versions of them are equal in the same to me for two different reasons. Mexico, it's because of the talent. The USA, it's because of the coach. To me, they're in the same category, but when they meet up, they are built specifically to beat one and not the other. So a loss against the US at Nations League is not a good result when you scored a goal in the first minute and did nothing the rest of the game.
Nothing for the rest of the game. Nothing at all. Like, just never played football, and we're trying to defend, trying to figure out how we should exercise our defensive training session, but it's in a real game. That's what the game was. Yes.
100 minutes in those two games have convinced a lot that you're just this close. And the reality to that is, if you played those teams again today, I don't think you'd be that close, for me at least. So we'll see how that goes.
You know, Africans, you see, you're perfect. You said it well put together. The 90 minutes, because they are so delusional. This is what they sell the rest of the fans. Sorry. This is what they sell the rest of the fans when they started to eat it up, because I've heard people telling you how close we are to the United States, and I'm wondering which football game people actually thought that we deserve to win this game.
I mean,
if you watch we did nothing in the game, even included scoring the goal. We never did anything to score the goal. We did nothing in the game, brother. So I don't know what metric we use to say that we are good at someone else, but I surely damn know it's not the metrics that nobody uses in football. Nobody at all. You get me? Those are some bad performances, man. We got a result. We have to just respect them. When we should have used that as a moment to say, okay, so if we get better players, put with those players, we can do something great, you know. We can sustain that period that we had for 2 seconds to 5 minutes out of the 90 minutes. And then if we get a coach, we can extend it to 13 minutes. And then after time, when we get fitter, it can go to 20 minutes.
Well, but I mean, that wasn't the thinking with the coach. But then again, that came down to what I said at the earlier in this conversation. If you thought he was there to push you over the edge, on what foundation, right? And that's why I was making the Iceland point early when they brought him in. It's like, if you're bringing him in from the standpoint of this person was supposed to be the person to take you over the edge, I'd say, with what foundation overall? I think that's the thing. And I won't lie, they should have won the game based off how the US was playing. I was voting for it just for chaos purposes. But if you looked at the flow of the game after the goal, there was nothing.
Africans, he didn't understand one word that I've said out of my mouth. He's just looking at, the clock was running down. Africans from Jamaica scored that goal. Who looked like they would have scored for the entire game? Did Jamaica look like they would have scored for the entire game? More than one other chance that Cephas fluffed his line? Nothing else. So we're not talking about what you claim to say the seconds were running down. I revives. No coach would look at it and say we should have won the game. It not work that way. That's not how you calculate things. And I'm just saying it from that standpoint to say that you never did anything to win the game. We have to be honest to ourselves. You can't rely on the post to be the problem. Not USA to be poor. You have to rely on stopping someone, creating fire for fire. That's all you say. All right, I am. All right. So, which game would have been the perfect example, Africans, to look at? All right. For instance, Arsenal versus City. The last time I saw Arsenal lost to City, I could say that Arsenal created similar amount of chances to City. And you could say that, yes, that is a game that you should have won or could have won. But on the day, you're just bad lucked. You can't say Jamaica was so bad lucked, to be honest. You can't say that. Because you did nothing. You're just waiting on Jesus to save you. Which I'm tired of that, because Jesus shouldn't be saving you, because it is a game which he should not be favoring any other human being over any other one. So why we have to always be worried about that? That's what you need to ask yourself, Ari Vibes. But I should have known from your name. I should have known it because of your name. Yeah.
I think this is also brings up this question on the Jamaican coach, which I think is an interesting one to look at, which is, so with this coach, it's for sure we will play better football, like all the YouTubers are saying. Okay. Bracket Jamaica and bracket. My question will be, will the results be similar to Grim or better? I don't know, because what you're asking a coach to come into a system and with no runway.
Midway, no trials, nothing at all. Just come
He's
and
coming
just put
in.
the system together, and it should be at the start better. I think that is very, very disrespectful to the coach. You don't agree with that, Africans?
I think, but what this sets up this coach to do is to something that I do agree with national teams, which is simplify the game plan a lot.
Yeah.
Now, maybe in him doing this, maybe instead of how Graham's looked, maybe his will look more coherent and organized. Maybe they commit to the 3 midfielders you're looking to replace or add or put on the pitch, because so far they've only played one, based off of their 4-1 4-1. So I mean, it's really JD, if you look at the formation, it's a triangle 3 in the middle with 2 fullbacks, and then a midfield line with wingers who like to press up, and Mikel Antonio, who gets tired some days and tracks back to the left back to say, I'd like to touch the ball, please. And then starts the best sequence of football they've ever had. So all those jokes aside, but truth, I think you're setting him up to play basically survive and advance, which means we're going to try to be solid defensively and push the ball forward. That's what normally the easiest thing to set up is your defense. Offense, you leave that instinctively for players. Now, if you were going to do that, you'd want a creator. I'm going to say it again. If you're going to do that, you'd want a creator in the middle of the park to do so. I'm going to channel Pastor and say it one more time. If you're going to play that style, you're going to need a creator in the middle of the park that they can get the ball to and create things for the attacking players, not out wide. An actual creative midfielder. Now, who do you think that is? I don't know, but I think that's what you're saying him to do. And I think that will be the question for how it is. I don't think it'll look good initially. Now, it may look better than it actually is. The score line may deceive some people, I think, early on. And I think the coach will echo that, because they struggle against the Dominican Republic, Dom Rep, and then they have... But
Africans, you said something good there. You said you shouldn't come off that point, the one that you said, based off the situation, this man might have to force to simplify his game just to get the job done.
Yeah.
And I think what that does, Africans, right there, is automatically you don't even see the trueness of the coach. So he might just come and even go, and you still don't see what system he truly plays, because every coach has to come here, try to dumb themselves down to get straight down to your little half-assed role that you're giving them. You're not giving them their true time for them to fit into things.
Mm.
So you wouldn't blame the Jamaica Federation for that then?
No, because you're asking this at least the only saving grace here is that the games don't come until at least the World Cup qualifiers don't come until later. By then he should have his time.
Mm-hmm.
As
He
he
should have
said
his
here,
time.
Nations League is right here. That
Yes,
I
yeah.
don't think you should expect anything from Nations League, which then means do you potentially lose out on the Gold Cup?
Well, it's a part of it. The competition is not so weak. You understand me? I think they have a good group. If they can't get over Honduras, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So,
Mm-hmm.
but but I still think it's not enough games. Because remember, Africans, these are the games that he's going to be the first set of game, and he's just seeing the players. That there's no, it's not going to be any sessions. So it's going to be a game.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's one.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get something in that game, that just make it over the top because and remember, it's not like he can call Mikel Antonio and say, work on this system. You have to wait until the next window to see the players again. So I just believe that it's a little bit like, I don't think we give people we don't plan things properly, and then it's just chaos after that. You don't get that feeling like outside that looking in. It's like, because of our bad planning, everything that we do is chaotic. This is the same thing we did last World Cup window. I don't know if you realize. Paul came in after Whitmore. It's the same damn thing we did.
But the only difference is, JD, the only difference between that situation was we were midway through the octagon at that point,
yes,
or the Ocho at that point.
Yes,
right? You haven't reached your version of the Ocho yet, so you're early enough that maybe this saves you. But
yes,
and that would be the case, right?
But Africans, it might just be the destruction for Jamaica. You know why? If you don't win against Guatemala and you come in second, now everything is up against to come first in a group, which is only one team coming out of it. So last time, it's easy. You could have picked up, if you win all the games, you could have jumped up and go to the top. And then you win it. But no, it's not about no top. You have to just beat all of those teams in the second phase. And I'm telling people, they keep on talking like that. But I'm telling you, they are just looking at it one way, Africans. But they are not looking at it the right way. It's very, very difficult. And I do believe that they are putting too much pressure on this coach. Because I don't think this World Cup is easy to make. I know I expected everybody in Jamaica to say so. I expected that. So let me just take that off the top, because I've just ranted how they do think. But I am facing reality, and I'm not going to put so much pressure on the coach. I think it's going to be difficult. I want to see what he does over the Nations League, how his team actually looks. And then I can go into if he's going to qualify or not.
And I think that's a fair assessment. Again, it's a fair mentality to have. In the same breath, it's an unfair timeline because you're pulling him in. His next game is in a month, right? His next game is in a month. So effectively, like, we won't. And this is what's going to happen. Same thing happened with Canada, right? Jesse Marsh started in Canada, and then it was a combination of Biello and him choosing the first roster before he started to put his fingers on it and say, this is what I want. So this first roster is probably going to be the same one that was at Copa, maybe with some more players, or it'll be, or on the flip side, it'll be the JFF saying what they did with other coaches, which is, hi, we'd like to present you our recommendations for selection. We've compiled this list of 20 players. Reminder that you can only pick 19. Allegedly. I'll throw that in there before I end up on TVJ for real. But no, so like, I think he's not going to have his.
But look at it. Look what I said to you when you were talking about your coach. I said to you, Africans, they are playing France, Netherlands, and I said they are competing with them for 45 minutes in this man's system. This man dominates Manchester City, Arsenal with an average Leeds team. He has a good system. Africans, this team is going to be very good. and they had played a few games. Those same games, those Netherlands and those things are coming in the Nations League. And what happened if it takes a little bit longer time, Africans, to get things right? You don't realize that it's going to fall over into the World Cup qualifiers. So in the next World Cup qualifier game, you're still working out things, and then you go into the Guatemala game still saying that you perfect everything, and you're gonna work and you're gonna test out your perfection. And what happens if your perfection goes wrong?
If you have to be, and that's where the flaw will be. Like I think if you're being, for at least for me, if you're being very realistic, one of these two tournaments, one of these two things you are looking at as we need to use this as prep and to get the system in, and results may or may not matter. The only thing that CONCACAF's being CONCACAF with their stripped system, with just you play one team, just put them in the groups of three. I'm gonna just put them in groups of three. It's not hard. Just put them in 4 groups of 3 and give one winner. That's not hard. But Nations League aside, if you put them into this, you have 4 games to test out your system, and you just pray that you get a Guyana and a Suriname, and you're good. But that will be what they have to do. Their group has Honduras, Trinidad, Cuba, Nicaragua, French Guyana. Good for them. Trinidad will play them because it's a derby. Cuba
no, you only played 4 games, 2 times.
Oh, I know.
And they get Honduras 2 times. Jamaica get Honduras 2 times.
Oh,
so take
well,
out Honduras, and then that's not lovely, Africans.
Albert Elise is looking for a new job since Bordeaux went over, so he'll be playing for something if they call him. He'll be playing for a contract. So a passionate Albert Elise. That's good to know. And then whatever U23s they want to pull up. But Honduras is never an easy side for them. They get results, but it's never an easy side.
We should have Cuba as well. Right?
Yeah, you do have.
We should have Cuba. Yes, so we have Cuba. So far, we have Cuba so far, and we have Nicaragua, right? So those are the 4 games, Those are the actual 4 games.
But yeah, it's a big window for them.
That's not an easy group, I honestly believe that these people don't respect no other teams, They don't watch these teams, because Nicaragua ain't. Hold on, let me make sure it's Nicaragua, because am I not seeing right? So Nicaragua, let me see Nicaragua right here. They said Jamaica playing in Jamaica bracket over here. They are playing, yes. So they have Honduras September 10th. September 10th, they have Honduras, right? And then the first match they have is Cuba on the 6th. Yes, they have the 6th of September, Cuba. Yes. So, and then they have Honduras. But that's in the next year. The 10th, they have Honduras. Okay.
Yeah, that's the 10th. That's next month. Yeah, so Honduras. Yes. So it's Cuba, Honduras, Nicaragua, Honduras. That's their 4. And to be quite frank, that's
not easy. That's not as easy if you don't get things right. Well, all of these teams are well-oiled teams. Maybe they don't have the talent as you. Honduras can match Jamaica with whatever talent they have on the field. Just put Honduras is just the grittiest CONCACAF team, so they can match any talent Jamaica put on the field. So Honduras 2 games are just a dog fight thing. It's Nicaragua and Cuba, and believe me, Cuba is not going to be as easy. Cuba team is looking better and better, and Nicaragua, I can tell you. Let me see if Nicaragua. Nations League. Anything Africans? I'm okay.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We've dove into this at this point, so we might as well.
Yes. I just want to look at it right here. Yeah. All right, 2024 schedule. Yeah. All right, so we have it right here. All right, so they put British Virgin Islands. I don't know why they don't put Nations League, and I put Nations League 1. Yeah, because I just want to make sure. Okay, let me go here, Twitter. All right, so good. So JFF, so good. All right, so they have posted it.
Mm-hmm.
They have posted it here. All right, so boom, 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 boom. Okay, friendly match, the 19th of July. All right, so wait, Nations League fixtures. These dude, yeah, but it should be that it should be those
Mm-hmm.
four. That's not something they gamble with, you know. That's not something they gamble with. But let's see if they can win all of them as to what people think, as Umzo and all of them believe, you know. Let's see. I
That's
don't
true.
believe it. They have to prove it to me, you know. Until they can stay that stable path, then I will start to believe. But I can't believe nothing what these people tell me at this point, you know, until I can see it.
Hmm. True. Do you think, for Umzo's question here, do you think there are some players who maybe didn't fit in Grimm's system who maybe could fit better in the current coach's system? Perhaps I know there's been a lot of talk of, say, like Ravel, because of the past experience that he's had with the coach bringing him in, but who's this? I'm thinking a striker, but I'm forgetting his name.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Jamaican striker I'm thinking about, but I'm forgetting his name.
What Stuart, the one that played what, like, small amount of game.
He was at World Cup qualifier, so it might be Stewart.
No, World Cup qualifier. Stuart wasn't there. Kaim Dixon was the one there, and Kaim Dixon, Shamar
No,
Nicholson.
2022 World Cup. So he scored
Oh,
against. He
2022
scored.
World Cup. Oh,
Well, yeah, that qualifiers. Yeah,
overseas barn. You're talking or local?
I believe so. Yes, I think he was playing in. He was
Roof.
playing in Europe at the time, but he scored in the second last game. No, he scored in the last because Jamaica played El Salvador and Honduras, but I think he scored against
Andre Gray scored.
Andre Gray is
Andre
who I'm
Gray.
thinking about.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
But do you think a player like I was thinking a player like him? Do you think a player like him maybe gets another run with it, or do you think they'll just age him out because they think he's too old and they want to start a new era? The buzzwords.
I do believe that this coach will look at all the angles and see who fits. And I do think he might do a reset there. But what Umzo talking about his player. He thinks that his player is gonna get a reset. I don't know how much more reset he needs in the national team. It's time for him to go.
Which player are we talking about exactly?
He's talking Damian Lowe. That is his problem.
Oh,
you know.
okay.
But he wants a reset. It's time for him to find somewhere to go. You know, but a reset. Brighton face to a reset. What kind of reset do you want? And Mr. Butler, two players. I don't want to bring any fights or anything. You think since Grimm is gone, he will be back like nothing happened? No, he's not going to be back like nothing happened. Clearly, there will be talks, and not the two players then, because you guys keep on talking like Whisper is a big baller anywhere on planet Earth except Jamaica. The only team Jamaica Whisper can make is Jamaica, you know. The only team. This is Africans Today show just becomes a truth show. The only team Whisper can make is Jamaica. Is Jamaica team. Like the only place people actually think Whisper is a big baller or a big prospect is only in Jamaica. All right, so let me talk about Leon Bailey. Believe me, going forward, as some talk, people are gonna hate me. All right, because I'm only talking with facts.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So one big baller we have, Umzo, is Leon Bailey. All right, Leon Bailey is the big baller. That's it. Registered footballer worldwide, Leon Bailey has his name. Stop pinning Mr. Butler and Whisper with Leon Bailey. Whisper have not done nothing in football more than go on Instagram. And Instagram should not be nowhere, nobody I get recognition to say them a big baller. Go sit down here, man. All right. So only man should be getting conversation to come back in the team. Whisper never deserved to make the national team. Never, ever, ever, ever. It's not true. He gets it. He gets it because he's Jamaican. But he never deserved it any day. And still don't. We have better players right through. So the coach, Africans, the coach will go around, find all the true talented players and pick the true talented players. You know, obviously, people will be crying and then force their players back in the team, and then he gets fired. Just the same, because anybody not going to take the disrespect.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to watch. Like
Yes.
again, I am not necessarily sold, nor am I out on someone like Richards. Like, to me, he's a prospect at Chelsea, which, to be perfectly honest, that there you more prospects leave Chelsea and have success than the ones who stay there. So, and that was my one concern when they announced it. I was like, good that he got sold. But to Chelsea, there's so many prospects.
People asking me a question and I'm just answering it. This is a safe space, so I can talk freely. All right, so I'm answering. I'm mentioning two players, and I'm saying, why are you mentioning two players when the man only have one registered player playing any professional football? We need to stop making up stories and try to sensationalize things to glorify a man. That's not really doing nothing. All right? It's simple. That's just the truth, man. This fantasy, the conversation that we always have about these players, it's just not true, man. I would love a world, Africans, where we could just get all of these people, players from local and all the guys from foreign, and put them on the two teams, and everybody get to see the result, you know? Yes, indeed. Africans is in Canada. So we could clearly get they could just build a full team from overseas and put the local players, put the best together and just pack the national stadium. I think that is what should square off everything once and for all. Just pick the best overseas guys and we have on our roster that has papers, Africans, and pick all the local guys and just put it in there. All right?
True. No, I agree with you there.
He doesn't have two players on the national team, Umzo. He has two players made the national team before. So he doesn't have two players. He has no player on the national team. So, Umzo, that's not facts. You're just saying things and saying it's facts. Africans, he's getting it.
I don't know, JD. I don't know what happened on the stream. We had a tight hour. We are on 2, and we the thing is, we can keep going.
No, we're not. You know, Umzo, you once got called up, and they said he was injured. Right, that's facts. Brother, you never got picked. You weren't on the last roster. You got picked in a roster. That's pretty much it. So he has no player on the national team. All right? And one got mad. He got suspended and ran away. Facts. Oh my God. Look like he's losing his minds as well.
Look, man, this category is either builds you or breaks you, and JD, it is. I am seeing
it broke me, man. It broke me, man.
Clearly,
these people, I have never seen so much mad people stream for 24 hours straight up. They are gonna eat me after this, because I'm just talking it. That's what I feel. You know, just a bunch of madness for 24 hours. Yes, man. People eat me if they want. Pure madness, nothing delusional. Yes, for 24 hours, one piece of madness. The greatest thing when nobody cannot see. Nobody can't see these greatness that you guys are talking about for 24 hours. Bro, just sit down, man. I don't know who giving them the money to promote players, but these people need to take back their money from one. Don't have any sense. Come off the internet and look a job. That's what they need to do. Go look at 24-hour job, man. 24-hour jobs. You guys need to go and find, man. Good God, man. It's embarrassing, man. You can't just click on one of these guys and hear them talk something sensible. Pure garbage. And then you have people like Umzo, loving eating up the garbage and come and spewing madness.
This is I don't know. I don't know what this at this point. At this point, the train is on it's off the
Yes,
rails. We are letting it
yeah.
go. Apparently this is my goodbye for a week and a half. So let's go
35 minutes still
Canada,
0-0. All right, all right. Good, good, good,
USA,
good for
Panama.
Panama. Oh, it's looking. Oh, it's looking. Oh, it's looking as it relates to. All right. Let me see if I can get some stats on
Actually, let's see if we
CONCACAF.
can pull it up real quick. We're doing everything. We went so long that we just stayed on.
It best we just go to actual football games. You understand me?
Well, it looks based off of Google, looks like Panama has the possession. The US has the better shots, but it looks like Panama is controlling the flow of the ball. No yellows yet. 6-4 fouls USA to Panama. You got 55-45 possession. 155 to 130 passing accuracy, 77 to 73. It'll be interesting.
Hold on.
Panama started.
We said got the position, Panama?
Yeah, Panama has it.
And the shots as well.
Yeah. More shots, but the US has more shots on target. So it feels like
so you're saying
the US
that
is playing.
Maybe they're trying to create to get a clean shot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me pull it up on the screen here. Whilst,
Yeah. You got Panama started with Mason in the back, Barrios, Gonzalez, Krug, and Johnson, with Moreno, Tuguel, and Murillo in the middle. Prescott, Mosquero, and Linares
Africans
up top. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Panama trying to play physical, man. I'm seeing them here. Conrad said Panama looks better. Nah. Panama ain't looking better. Panama killing out themselves to stay with the United States in the game. That's the big difference. United States just going through the paces, brother. I can tell you, the longer this goes, it's going to be torture for Panama. And it looks like a goal might be coming for United States as well. All right, look at Sakaris breaking over right, left hand side. Oh, what a goal! I'm the god of prediction. Stop your foolishness, man. What are you watching? Conrad, go and sit down. Sakaris, oh my God, look at what he did to him over there, Africans. Conrad, see, just stop talking football. Leave it alone. All right, they getting better, brother. I saw 3 Panamanian players holding their legs 2 minutes ago, 1.5 minutes ago. Bro, don't be foolish, this man. United States is gonna kill them. Watch out. You see that? All right, look at him, Africans.
Mm-hmm.
He was not playing much of the games. In the Jamaica game, they never brought him on because they brought him on late because he scored the last goal, right? I think he had an assist and a goal. He tore this man ligament out of his rib cage.
We lost. We're done. End the stream. End the stream.
I got that notification 40 seconds before he made the prediction, Africans. Don't let that man fool you. He ain't predict. Yes. What? I just said it 1 second ago. The man is gonna score because it's in the United States are drained or Panama. That's what I said, and they just went straight down there and score. Africans, can you stop? What did I predict, Africans? What did I predict? What I predicted the United States beating them, and it's not a 2-1. I said, and based on what I'm seeing right now, Africans, it's gonna be more than 2-1 here. I think they're going in 2-0. United States going in 2-0. So let me watch next 5 minutes. So when they score again, I can thump up the one Umzo. You understand me? Umzo. All right. So lock your TV together. All right. They are breaking again. Whipping over the top. Wonderful control. Oh, almost. That was the second one, but it's coming. USA.
Yeah, the game is on now. It's a 5 o'clock game.
1,000 people over there watching it. Let's wait and see. Yes, because I wanted. I've never seen that. Umzo, when are you coming into? When are you coming to Belgium? When do you want to come to Belgium, Umzo?
Why are we making invites? Why are we? No, I will not be an accessory to anything. Okay, this stream gonna end It's stream on stop. Ain't no
Let me do the next 5
accessory
minutes
to
Africans, and then
nothing.
we're done. Yeah. People, make
Next
sure to
5
like, share,
minutes.
and subscribe, because at least you're getting drama.
I don't.
You're getting comedy today. All right. Where's Hamza? They took away Hamza's phone. His lady took away his phone. Said JD's gonna kill you. Listen,
What is the
let's
stream even? What
All
is
right.
the stream even? I love it
Uh,
still.
oh.
Okay, so yep.
You see, Africans, they are not closing the United States at the same rate based on what you showed on the stats.
They got the early, but I think they have the possession. But I think the U.S. might be comfortable in this game just playing on the counter and saying,
Got the
"Go
possession.
ahead."
I think the possession might be changing now. It might be 50-50 by now. I don't think they change it as yet, but should be, because for the last 3 minutes they are the ones that got the ball. All right, let me see. All right, wonderful. Coming some bodies. Look at that. Sakiras coming through the middle, empty. Okay, poor touch there, but empty through the middle. They have to do better to close the spacing. Belgium and let the loser mentality vibes get in my system. Okay. Oh my God. Win something in any levels first. All right. Ooh. First ball. Oh, controlling. Look at that now. Very poor from Panama. Very poor. Referee call it yeah. Crazy that Africans talk about safe space, but based in Canada. Oh my God.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but okay. I feel safe and secure in my humble abode. So
Umzo, it's coming, Don't worry yourself, Umzo. 2-0 coming, you know. It's shocked you that I got that goal right. Don't worry yourself, you're gonna cry after the second one. But Panama made the World Cup already. So Africans, what do you think that they could do in the World Cup? Because the last time they went to 17, never looked so convincing, you know.
I think the U20s are interesting. I tend to rate the U17s as a better competition just because where a player is. If they pop off at U17, it's been a better indicator for who they are as like even just as professionals at a high level than say U20s. I think at U20s you aren't necessarily at that same level. You aren't necessarily done growing, but I think there's more variance and more jumping from there. So I think there it depends who's there. Like, tell me what group they're in, right? And then we go from there. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that statement. But okay, thank you. Account known as JD's dog.
JD's dog always saying some weird thing, you know. The other day he came on my stream, you know that Jamaica has certain takes alone in history. He comes over here telling me how I feel about a man.
This is
I say,
a day.
JD's dog, you have to be careful. I don't know where are you from, you know, but these people are different human beings. All right, so you have to be careful. You might have some conversation behind it, but you know, don't do it, please, don't let. Okay. Oh, what a cut in. Beat 1, beat 2, and he's inside the box. Put it on the penalty spot. Just put it. Oh, poor man. Terrible from you, selfish bastard. Sorry.
So it's okay, guys. You're getting the full JD experience.
It's a topping. It's a
full
topping.
JD experience.
That's my second goal there. Umzo, look at that, Umzo. That's my second goal right there. It happened, but it never happened technically. But that little fraud coming over that left-hand side. Let me see who it is. Who is that? Beats everybody in Africa and said they had 2 independent spots. And this man, he wants to do it himself, but the angle got closed off.
Indeed. I guess we're gonna run this until halftime, so we're just gonna be here. It never happened, but never happened.
Laugh out loud. Oh my God.
No,
Umzo, bad-minded Umzo. You don't see the chances a while ago. Jesus. Yeah. United States let me down, you know. All right, let me see how they are counting this because I know that these mans don't count nothing, you know, man. Comparison. They are saying that United States have 4 shots. United States just, oh my God, what are they watching, man?
Well, Google had them at 3 before we swapped, so I'm assuming the 4th was the goal.
Oh, you got them to Google.
Google Stats had them at 4. So yeah, let me pull that up for you here.
Yeah, because for some reason I can't find the Google Stats, you know. All right, look at that. Don't reset it, man. Beats 1, beats 2. Oh, good. Cut tackle from cuts inside. Wonderful trap back. Quality trap back there.
Yeah.
So the stream turned into 2 born Jamaican, 1 living in Belgium, and 1 living in France. War. Yes. Yes, thumbs up, yeah. All right, it looks like that's going to be the halftime, and that fraud Umzo told the guy not to put the ball in the back of the net, you know? Yes.
So because Umzo is making collect calls to Mexico saying no goals.
Yes, technically I lost, you know? Yeah, but United States, since we have watched it, Africans, United States look very comfortable, and they have created the 2 big chances just a while ago. Clear big chances.
They did.
Yeah,
that they did. I'm almost tempted to just say, you know what, guys, run it to another 10. Run it to another 10.
No, if you want, no, it's 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. But I am going to be watching the next half regardless. But yeah.
You'll be watching it, but let's just recap this first half. So according to Google, we have 4 shots for the U.S., all on targets. Panama has 5 shots, 1 on target. Possession has gone back to middle, like you probably assumed. Right? I guess once JD watches the match, everything turns. JD is a soap opera. As the world turns, he changes everything. So their possession is now more 53-47, where it was 45-55 prior. Passes, Panama still has more. Pass accuracy, the U.S. has gotten a little bit better. More fouls for the U.S., but more corners, more importantly, for the U.S., meaning that the U.S. is being a lot more effective and dangerous when they do have the ball. Moving from there, we have David Vasquez with the goal in the 40th minute. That is the difference right now. USA 1, Panama 0. And we go. I agree, DJ. It's tempting, but I have phone to buy and money to get before I leave, so I won't be able to do that all. But we'll see what we do. What did I think of the France opening of the Olympics? It was a good ceremony.
Yeah, nice. No countries. Okay.
The countries can't handle them. They're far ahead of everyone, and they're just going to keep getting better. They're spending a lot of money. It'll be interesting. I do wonder, like, what the ranking now and like who's the next team that makes the Canada jump in CONCACAF?
Right, Suriname.
You think Suriname?
Yeah. Like maybe they're not going to reach the level. Like drop into the 3rd, but I think Suriname will jump from 140 to 90 odd within the next win before the next World Cup qualifiers. I think they can get at least 50 points in this group of the CONCACAF, the Nations League. If they get one of the wins against some of the big teams, which they are on the same level of quality with, and the coaching, everything look matched. So I think Suriname will be that team. Curacao, I want to say Curacao as well, but Curacao already close to that batch so far. But Suriname is way back in 130 or so, 130, 140. So Suriname will make that jump.
Yeah. I'll pull that up. Yeah, DJ Gigs, I think it will. I think if Panama didn't have all their Reds and didn't expend all the energy versus Canada, I think this would be a better game. But I think based off of Panama's legs, it's going to be USA-Mexico final. Unless Cuba, unless there's some Castro magic that's still left, I think they're we'll see how it goes. Um, I I do agree, and like I haven't soured on Suriname, but at some point they have to stop being the ice cream of the future and to be
No,
ice cream of the present.
but Africans. This is the problem with majority of these people. Suriname have done pretty well by the standard where we had them Africans. The problem is that every game that they have lost is a game against teams that are far superior than them, like in the rankings.
Okay.
Because remember, they lost to Mexico twice.
Mm-hmm.
They lost one game to Cuba 1-0. And they lost to Puerto Rico on penalty shootout. They lost to Canada. And they lost to Jamaica 1 game. So the only team in there that they lost to would have been Puerto Rico and Cuba over that time. The other games in they won. But they can't rise. They can't rise because remember, it's all depends on where you won the games in order to rise. They just rose a while ago because they won those games. And they got different players now. We have to put things in context. And that's something that people like Omza don't do. You understand? They're just going to make a story because true, I say that they're going to rise. And they had risen already, but they never reached the level that Omzo want them to reach. So they need to be better than Jamaica on the ranking when they are coming from 140. Oh, that makes sense, Africans? How much games they are going to play?
I understand what you're saying. And I agree with how you're explaining it from there. I think for me, where not like I said, soured isn't the right word, but I am waiting for Suriname to.
Must say that's a lot of teams to lose to. 2 teams. Jamaica lose to around 10 teams so far.
I think with I think with Suriname, my thing is they are a team that I don't disagree with you. I think they've taken jumps in terms of where they were ranked to where they are now. Right? I think they aren't in that same. I think right now they're 15th in CONCACAF or something in that range. Right now,
you're using a number. I think on playing, I think they're in the top 8 on playing based on just what the squad size and what they're doing now. Obviously, you have to win the game, keep on winning games. You gave them 2 games, Africans. They brushed the 2 games them. And remember, at the back half, you gave them 2 more games, and they brushed the 2 more games. So the last 4 games they drew with 80 and battered Grenada, and then battered the next 2 games. So that's 4 games, And they got against 80. We drew against 80, don't we? Jamaica drew against 80 and then won the next one because they played 80 twice. Suriname only had the opportunity to play them once. And they drew with them just the same and then won their next 3 games. So that's what I'm saying. Oh, they are going to make stories. I wish you did the same for Jamaica. Do the same for Jamaica. Because Abia loses in the column. Suriname just off a Falzo. That's a lie. The guys that win their games.
No, go on.
Let me smoke him. Suriname play the same competition as Jamaica, and Suriname look 50 times better than Jamaica playing the same level of competition. So if anybody has sell Falzo, it would have been Jamaica. I revives. It would have actually been Jamaica selling Falzo because you bring in so much quality players, and then you have what's the next team? Damrep pretty much dominating a game against you, and then Dominican Republic are dominate games against Jamaica. First 10 minutes they should be 2-0 up against Jamaica. 2-0. Go back and watch the game. All right, you give so many excuses for Nigeria and Suriname. Why don't you use that? No, because when you use up all the excuses for Jamaica, because I'm just using the same calculator to show you how biased you guys are. Because Africans go back on history. Jamaica pure losses right there for Jamaica, right? A pure losses for Jamaica. Don't yes, that is the reality. But Suriname won their last 3 games and drew. So out of the last 4, They drew against Haiti, which they got points for. They defeated Grenada better than what Jamaica did. You saw like funny. They are playing the same competition as Jamaica, and looking better than Jamaica as well, with more players. So the thing is, Africans, we have to factor in the man and bring in new players, and they are doing their thing. So wait until we Jamaica meet them again to see what level they are comparative to Jamaica. But I would say that they are in the top 10 now. Based on their performances, I would give them top 10. So you do agree? You give a lot of no, I have not given a lot of excuses for Suriname. I put the context to things, something that you guys try to omit because you want the conversation to be Jamaican-like, which is just all over the place and just want to sell the sensationalism over Jamaica, which I have not seen it. Suriname can't qualify for tournaments. Boy, I'm telling you, our vibes. I have a secret that I want to tell you. The biggest embarrassment coming here. I will not say it, but the biggest embarrassment coming. I can't release it as yet. You see why Iman Butler don't get along Africans?
I don't. I've only been where I was in one Butler conversation, and I was just in the Discord, and I said, it's okay. I won't ask questions. I feel like it will get somewhere.
JD, no, I've not made any excuse for Jamaica. Any excuse, nothing at all. I just said I'm not going to tell you.
Welcome to IMAX and Unhinged on the Africans channel.
You set him up. You set him up, Africans.
Let
me put you on the spot now.
I barely said anything. Now I'm getting dragged into this.
Africans, based off what you saw, Africans, start the truth. Say it with your chest. Out of Suriname or Jamaica, which one you saw play the 4 best games out of the last 4 games?
Well, JD,
out of the last 4 games,
to quote you, context matters.
No,
context matters.
Context matters. You know what, Africans? Africans, let me take away the Copa America. So let me scrap those last 3 games. The last 4 games after that. Let me pick the after games then.
It's the most pro-Jamaican you've sounded, JD. You were like, no, don't look at those ones. Just put those ones away. But let's talk about these ones.
Those games are embarrassment. Let me take out those ones.
But context matters.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to give with a fair playing like a fair level playing field. So Suriname games that they've played in the World Cup qualifiers, and the 2 last games that they played for the Nations League, right? Those 2 ones that they played, which is Haiti and the Grenada. All right. So those 4 games that Suriname played to Jamaica's 4 games, which is Panama, United States, and then Dominican Republic and Dominica, and the next day, Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, those 4 games. Be honest to yourself. Be honest. I am not a bully. You are a liar, JD's dog. All right. I am just putting because African set me up for his subscribers.
No, I'm the villain. No, I'm the villain. No, I will not. No, I will stand up for myself here. I will stand up for myself here. I did not. I simply said, JD, I am waiting for Suriname to make the leap there, and you explain that they have made a leap, and I agree with you. They have made a leap relative to where they were. Now, the question what gets lost with people, and I will say this, where I know the difference with what it is, but what gets lost with people is when you champion Suriname, they look better than teams. But when we say that leap, we're talking into the best. Like, look at where, again, FIFA rankings being what they are.
They are not going to reach Jamaica. And they can be because I am telling you, Suriname is just as good as Jamaica today. Like both of the teams, I saw both of the teams them played, and I will trust Suriname to turn up and play some better football than Jamaica. It might not. It might end up the same way against those teams. That is true because all of our other teams, United States included, ended up the same way, right? So it might end up the same way, but I can guarantee the Suriname team a better team than Jamaica team. I can guarantee you see better football. You're going to see better football. I can guarantee you, and anybody on planet Earth opposed to that, you are just a wicked soul. You are delusional. You are delusional to think that you are going to put Jamaica in a field and think that they're going to play better football than Suriname. It's not going to work. Brother, let me stop telling lies, man. Oh, good God, if Steve McLaren can put a system in. That's all I'm hoping for now, to see some quality football from the team, because we have quality players. That's true. Or JD, hold up. You said they are better than Jamaica today. Does it mean they will beat or just play better football? Better football. We just said if both of them played in the what you call the Copa America, both of them might lose all points. But I'm saying you're going to enjoy what Suriname doing on the field more than what Jamaica doing. We know that for a fact. They are going to create more chances. They're going to look like they're doing something more than Jamaica. That's all I'm saying. So you can't say that's a lie. You can't say that's a lie. It's just the truth. We don't play football. I don't know what we do on the field, but I know what I'm seeing, and I'm telling that I'm picking Suriname today. That I enjoy watching that more than what I'm seeing from Jamaica. I want to see what McLaren can do, but the last one, Jesus God, I have to just say that it's Jamaica because it's Jamaica, and we want Jamaica to win, But good God, it was some terrible football. I'm very sorry. All right. And some terrible football. I know that and look, they got 4 results. The last 4 results, they brought a new team and they got 4 results, Africans. What more you can ask for? You just said context matter. If they got all 4 results, Africans, what are we over here fighting for? Why we don't give them a chance, Africans, to play Costa Rica? So Africans, if they play Costa Rica and beat Costa Rica, what are we going to say?
About which team being Costa Rica?
If Suriname go to Costa Rica and beat Costa Rica after Costa Rica just perform better than Jamaica in the World Cup qualifiers and better than Jamaica in the Copa America, what are we going to say then? Because Jamaica never beat Costa Rica in 5.8 billion years, Africans. So what are we going to say? When are we going to give other teams respect? Come on, man. If they win against Costa Rica, people only can't fight me again. Me, I tell them, no, it's coming soon. The game coming soon. Because if they win against Costa Rica, believe me, I am telling you that they are better than Jamaica. If they win against Costa Rica, I'm telling you that they're better than Jamaica. So they don't even have to play Jamaica. Just play the other teams them that Jamaica can't beat. And if they play good enough and compete with other teams them, and win the game like against a Costa Rica and a Panama, looking confident, I'm putting them above Jamaica 100%. Can't tell me no foolishness. Yes, so now I got tired to hear me. You guys have to blackball me after this. Let them win a game against Costa Rica. You guys have to blackball me after this. I'm tired to see me.
This is what happens when a stream goes unhinged. Okay? I say I'm going away. JD's putting everything that we would have done in a week into this 3 hours.
In one
just cramming it in.
Yes.
All the takes.
So Africans, we're gonna just watch the next half then, like we're on. I guess you can't go anywhere.
At this point,
I jock your stream,
At this point, we're here, so we might as Let me just edit this title, and apparently a watch-along.
Costa Rica aren't better than Canada. We know that. We know that our vibes. But but Costa Rica better than Jamaica, though. That's the one thing we do know. Costa Rica better than Jamaica. That's one thing I do know. All right, and they are proving it. I don't know why So what it takes for them to be better than us then? Because they have performed better than us in 2 competition, Africans. So our Africans, what are the criteria for our next team to be better than our next team?
For me, it's consistently getting results against the next tier. That to me is what it is.
So at this point, you would consider Jamaica being better than Costa Rica? Based off the
I don't have them either higher than each other. I don't. Because I don't see consistent results.
Okay. So, our vibes, Jamaica beat Canada in 1 game. Don't spin the narrative. They beat Canada in 1 game and beat Panama in 1 game. Costa Rica just went up to draw with Brazil. and beat other team and then beat us as well. Numerous times Costa Rica batters us. Some 1-0, at 1-0 wins. So we should have scam all of their victories. Yeah. If Canada hold us now, they're killing us. Suriname playing better football than Jamaica right now. So it's fair to say that they are better than Jamaica right now. DJ Higgs, I am going to wait until they get a result. If they get a result against Costa Rica, they can't come and make up no metrics. You get me? No metrics. The man them get a draw against Jamaica. They get a draw against Haiti. They pretty much play one of the best halves I've seen a team played Mexico. Clearly, we never could have done nothing like that. And now they have better players and they are winning their games. Give them a little chance, man. You know, it's like we want to use word of mouth to hold on to our crown. We have to do it on the field. One thing I know about football, we have to do it on the field. All right. So Irie Vibes, Omzo, Sherman Scott. Believe me, it's coming. A break here coming for United States through the middle. I don't even know. That's a dodgy ball played right there, man. A dodgy ball played right there. Dodgy ball, terrible ball there played by USA. And the next poor ball from behind. 1-1, 1-1.
2-1 is alive still. So, guys.
Oh, they cancel it. They call a free kick. No, because the guy went down for a foul.
I ain't touching that comment. I ain't touching that.
The Omza comment? Okay.
No.
So, my source told me that the
drone I ain't touching
Canada
that.
use is the same. Let me.
I'm trying to be monetized one day in my future. They canceled the goal, so Panama's still down.
Ooh, okay.
No,
pot call. It was a foul. It was a foul. Right on the start, you saw that it was a foul.
Yeah, the Canadian in me says justice.
It was poor. It was poor. Let me go for some water, Africans, because
all right.
I have to continue the fight with Omzo. It's not going to stop.
I have content for days, he says. Okay, so Panama's goal is held out due to a foul. Let's see if they look at that in VAR, but looks like the clock is ticking, so we won't look at that. So yeah, guys, welcome to this, what was supposed to be a 1-hour recap of the U20s, Women Olympics, U Coach. It's apparently a watch-along now, so put down your predictions for now for the rest of this game. Panama and the U.S. will be going to the Chile 2025 World Cup. So it'll be interesting for them as well as Cuba and Mexico going on. So guys, make sure you stop by, let us know what you think, give us some score predictions, and really just join us with any of the conversations that we're having here. Whether you are, I had asked the question, who do you feel is the next team, the next CONCACAF team to make the Canada? Yeah. I can't. It seems that they are using better on paper. Don't play on paper. Okay, DJ Gigs. Good to know. Have anything left in here? We don't know. Okay, so we have that. Let me get this stream here so I can watch and comment properly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm watching it over here. A good ball over the top here from Panama. And it's blocked for a corner. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's not a corner. It's a goal kick. Okay. They're coming forward. And this is where United States will break and tear them apart. But some craziness happening with their controlling, United States controlling and all of those stuffs. Because they got away with in areas to just do a few one touches and that's about it, you know. They say if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Oh my God. What we USA need to call up better players for U20 or it will be an early exit.
I think most American fans who really follow the team would say that this wasn't the
a break again.
This wasn't
United
their
States
best
inside the
U20s yet.
box.
Coming in. All right. There we go.
Let me see if he got clipped.
Yes, it is, Umzo. It is.
No. It's not about we just bad. It's the same United States team. They're working on things. They should have been already 2-0 up, to be honest. And maybe 3 or so. So and Panama way better than Jamaica. It's not a question. That's so it's a bit of both, to be honest, you know. And you should put very on it as well. Very at the end. Put very at the end. Put very, very at the end. Sorry, Umzo.
Which World Cup? Which World Cup are you referring to? Or the one coming up? That would be interesting. Who do you get?
The keeper comes out. That keeper is behaving mad. The ball ended up behind him. Africans, you saw it?
Yeah.
He's
living a good life.
That keeper enjoying himself for real. Guys, remember to subscribe to Africans channel. It doesn't matter if you don't like me. Subscribe to Africans channel because you found it interesting to fight with me, you know? Yes.
Any World Cup? Well, that's a good question. Yeah.
All right. So the shots come together. It's still 6. It's no shots in the second half. Registered for
Looks like no.
Okay. Both would get out of the group stage if they had Pep. Okay.
Will this Pep come? Is it just Pep with their current rosters, or is it Pep changing a few minds here and there? Because if he changes a few minds, that's a thing. I mean, Burundi's kicking themselves thinking they could have had Kevin De Bruyne, but hey, that sucks for them. So if based off the current rosters, I would say Canada makes it further because I don't see any because the midfield. Because right now, could Akone play like a De Bruyne? He could. And I think that you need that type of an engine and that type of a mind to go. And I don't think Jamaica has any type of midfielder of that ilk. I would argue Jamaica doesn't have a quality midfielder, period. But I haven't seen one yet. So at this point, we're unhinged. We're saying all our thoughts. No filters.
Yeah, agreed.
So I think Canada would go further. Yeah, I think Canada would go further.
Canada would be going further 1,000% because Eustáquio would be one of the players that he would push in front. Kone would have to be playing the Roger role. You know, so you have all of the midfielders to mimic his style of play that he wants. And Jonathan David would be the perfect central forward that he wants.
Would he be? Would you view and I'll ask it this way. If Pep is coaching them, would Pep look at David more as a Jesus or a Holland?
Jesus. That's what I'm saying. He would play a central forward role. He wouldn't play a striker role. So he would have more control over the creativity, and the wing plays would have come in more under the. They'd be beautiful, man. My goodness, man. For Jamaica, Pep play. I don't even know who he's gonna. How much play is the centre backs alone? He would have had. A keeper can't get the ball with his foot, so Blake wouldn't have a job. He would have gone for Connor Boyce Clark, the young kid. Then he would have gone for we would have had a good. He would have picked Hector, Pinnock. Damien Lowe couldn't play none at all. So sorry, Umzo, Damien Lowe would have gotten the treatment like whatever dad has gotten over the years. So the man wouldn't exist. So you'd have had Pinnock, Hector, Latibody here for sure. Then Greg Lee could have played because he could have found something for him. Greg Lee. Look at that ball, man. These players are so poor from the United States. The guy run over the ball in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Good opportunity, man. And just poor judgment right there. I don't even know what he did there. Your EH for the no. The guy asked a question. Context matters. I'm just telling you who we couldn't have. He would have gone back for Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison.
Yeah.
Those are the players that he would have tried to go back for, and he would have brought in Jonathan Russell. It wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't be as good though, as the Canadian team, because you have the quality midfield, and that's what he uses more than anything else.
Yeah, and I think that's a big difference. I think Cat is. I don't know if he likes Bombito and Cornelius as a center back duo, but I think Davies as a left back gives him some. He doesn't necessarily need to have a Foden there. He would love to have one, but I think Davies being an option gives him a little bit more. But then he didn't really utilize Cancelo well, so I don't know if he would really utilize Davies in the fullback role, or would he want him further up the pitch?
He would have played him in the middle. He would have played the wing, I should say. He would have played him in the wing. Yeah, of course. Remember, they have ball possession, Yeah, so you would have definitely.
Come on, I've never hated.
Oh my God! What this kid? Who is him? Watch him again. Watch what he's gonna do to him again. Come here. Come here. He's just all action. Referee, stop this dodgy. What kind of foul is that, referee? Stop this man. The number 7.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Oh, they call a foul for that. Oh my God. The referees, watch man.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
He's just taking it on every single time, and he has that quick ball between your legs. I don't. He nutmeg like around 14 guys, no Africans in the tournament. Around 14 guys. I thought around 7 of them in the Jamaica game alone in 14 minutes. So every 2 minutes he's nutmegging in one Jamaican. so but he continued throughout the tournament. He's killing people in this tournament. Oh my God. He's just dropping balls through people's legs. I don't know what is wrong with him. Bershimas. Yeah, Bershimas. That's a kid. JD, if Jamaica gets a Spain coach, some of the Jamaican fans' favorite players will not see the bench, in my opinion. In the bench?
The bench? No, they'll see the bench. They will see the bench. They'll just be with the supporter section on the left side.
Facts.
Facts. Who can play a Spain style in Jamaica? Who can play a solid passing style in Jamaica?
I don't know. I'm waiting to see that. Maybe you're going to take all the CC players. Maningo players,
Really? They haven't. Yes. They had such a good experience last time. They wanted to run it again.
Yes.
I've never hated someone on a national team, but I have. I mean, on any national team that I've rooted for, but Luis Suarez is not welcome in any Canadian in any of my households here or elsewhere. He is not welcome.
Berchimas, make a good pass, man. Finally, man. Don't keep the ball on your foot. Keep the ball on your foot. Where is Securus? Why there? Podcall says Panama matches United States. I don't believe Panama matches United States. I just think United States just not doing their normal fundamentals properly. The amount of chances United States they got just by just making the first touch right, and that's it. If they just once they put it together, it's 3 more goals coming. Bechimas just get a dribble inside. Okay, he's on the field. Africans. See, there's just some poor passes United States making. Continue playing, man. Why are you stopping, man? Continue playing, man. Boy, JD, you're good, but be out here argue with these people every day. No, I told you that I'm done. I told you that I'm done, man. I'm done with them, man. I'm taking myself away every single day. I'm talking about everything. He's a Jamaican, Conrad said. So why is he not playing for Jamaica? Like
JD,
all the Canadian
JD, this was a peaceful stream for like 5 minutes, and now you bring this. You bring this. We know what happened, JD. I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. We've had a few clerical issues, and we weren't able to get him in time, but we called him, and he knows we exist. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
He's a Jamaican. Jesus God. Everybody is a Jamaican. All right. All of when Canada beat Jamaica Africans, they're saying it's still Jamaica won because it's Jamaican players. What a poor free kick. Poor free kick there. Nice pile there. Bechimas.
Can an jump in. Yeah, miss on that. But can an all CONCACAF team beat an African team? Which African team? Could you all beat Madagascar? I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
Could you? No. Yes. And I'm sorry I won't be able to be here to celebrate it, Pat. But yes, we will see it.
All CONCACAF team can beat a lot of African teams. I just believe that the top 10 you can't mess with.
No. Is it?
What is it?
Is it a best players or a well constructed team? Because there's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah, I thought that. Look, put all the poor teams in.
Best 11 and not close.
Sierra Leone,
not close.
Sierra Leone,
not close.
And those teams.
best 11, not close. Not even close. Don't entertain. Not close. Not close at all. No. Africa takes it.
So you're saying even the worst African team then beat United States, the best CONCACAF team, 11?
No, JD's dog said best CONCACAF best 11 versus Africa's best 11.
I don't
not
know
close.
No. They're getting better.
There'll be controversy over which Nigerian striker didn't make the bench. There'll be controversy over him.
So what do you mean the bench? What happened to the actual starting 11? JD's dog drinking something wrong over there, you know? He got something wrong in his bowl. Yes, he drank something wrong in his bowl, you know?
No, an all-African team, Africans' aging stars are better than any CONCACAF player right now.
That is facts. Remember Mo guys, Salah, Mane and Salah are old guys.
Mane and Salah walk into any CONCACAF team and start.
Salah is a automatic goal, you know, like you start your team losing 1-0 when Salah is on the field, you know. He's an automatic goal. You have to be very good. Over the last 7 years, not even Messi have been better than Salah. We have to be honest to ourselves, you know. We have to just give credit to people here. Not even Messi because remember Messi played his finals of the season in Barcelona, then went to PSG and then came into the MLS. This is his second season in the MLS, you know. Remember that, you know, guys. Over the last 7 seasons, Salah have been better than Messi. This man score goals at and we know people would say he's selfish. We understand that Africans, we understand that. But what he does on a field, he's an automatic 1 goal person. He has to score. You cannot take a goal out of the back of the net from him. Ooh, no free kick there, Sir Perry.
So the answer is because Nigeria has more strikers than some teams have quality players.
That's
Nigeria has more strikers than some CONCACAF teams have quality players. And this is apparently coming from a hater who doesn't say anything positive about Nigeria ever.
Sakiras, I'm surprising that they're taking him off in a lot of games. You know, I don't understand why they have done. I don't know what's going on in the United States, and they're making changes on a corner. That is not the best thing to do, but
I agree. But hey, they're nursing the 1-0 lead. If this Panama team was more fit and they weren't as tired and exhausted, I think this is a tie game already, and it could have been a tie game. But I think this.
No, but you have to count all of their chances, Africans, and I don't think that Panama got half the chances that United States got. So if you're gonna count the chances, it should have been 3-1 then. Count their chances and count the other two. It has to be 3-1. Like
Actually, I'm gonna do
dog.
In which world? In which world?
Are they giving a penalty?
Which world? They better.
I think they are giving a penalty, you know. What the hell?
Panama. No, it looks like it still looks like I'm behind.
Yes, they are giving a penalty. Yes, they are giving a penalty.
Panama. Come on, Panama. Do it for me. Come on, Panama. Player for player. Come on, Panama. Oh, CONCACAF and CONCACAFing. Okay. Just score the goal. Please give this to me. Give me.
Yeah, 1-1. They said 1-1. Yeah. Bailey would have 1 and Balagan would have had 2. It's simple. Let's not overrate Africa. Oh my God.
You know what? I was gonna do something insulting, and I'm gonna do it now. Transfer markets. Compare. No, because no. Who's giving Bailey the ball? Who's or is the strategy is even if you went coaches, even if you went coaches, Africa has better coaches. Even national teams.
Bailey would have had one. I've won what? 1 shot on target. Well, the guy said. One all no, guys.
So you're going a 2-man midfield of Gio and Edson Alvarez? Okay.
R3. Edson Alvarez, Gio. And what's his name again? Tyler Adams.
Those 3.
Pass the ball, man. Control the ball and pass the ball. Stop running into these Wildwoods players. Pass their football and run. Bechimas, wonderful. Work it over to the back stick and one. What a save! Oh my God!
What a save!
Just play football. Panama ain't no team, brother.
Panama are tired. Panama are tired.
Just
I will
play,
continue.
pass the football, control the football properly, and stop the foolishness. What a save! That should have been Africans. USA have 4 clear big chances in this game. This shouldn't be nowhere near close. That's a
But it
forfeit.
is.
That's a forfeit. He puts it closer to the keeper.
That's a good save. That's a solid.
Yeah,
save.
but you put it to the far post, man. Come on. Far post it should have been. United States try that through pass there. Yes, do more of that, Let them expand their players. You should not be in fear of Panama. If they beat you, they beat you because you're going to get 15 chances while they get 1. So you have to keep on missing and they score.
Mm-hmm.
How much I had? 2-1?
Yeah, I think we all had 2-1.
I think it's going to be more than 2-1. 3-1 United States. Let me add one more goal to it because Panama coming out and they're feeling confident. So United States will be getting more of these chances. All right, come on, Berchimas. Give your customary nutmeg. Beat 1, beats 2. Deflection took it inside the box. Keeper comes out. Salah would have a goal from a penalty because Keylor Navas is old now.
So, 3 good players. Okay. Yeah. I won't. Don't worry. No, it's okay. Africa wins that game easy. Like 4-1 easy.
Why kick it back up? This every other game you hold on to the play. Yes, just give it to your players and take your time. Find the next player, take your time. Wonderful. Hold on to it, good turn, break again. Oh my God, man. Referee, these fouls are taking so long to come. I don't even
We're getting
remember
17
that.
minutes.
Yeah.
We're gonna get 17 minutes, JD. Wait, JD's dog. Who do you consider Africa's 3 good players? Yeah, because I know
3
you're
good
trolling at this
players?
point. Who
What
are you?
is
Who are you
wrong?
saying that? Who are your 3 good players?
Let me
Because
just leave this man alone. This man can't be
Nigeria's
real.
4-striker nonsense system is
And
still
all
better
of
than
them.
CONCACAF's best front line. It's still.
He needs to stop. He needs to stop. At this point, Osimhen, Mane, and Salah front 3 might just be the best in the world, Africans. The best in the world. He's still best in the world, same way. You have to be honest to yourself. Hakeem, no. Hakimi actually will be playing right back.
Yeah.
For the best African team. And Hakimi is maybe the best right back in the world as well. Trent ain't better than Hakimi at all. Hakimi had better delivery. Similar, not better delivery. I think Trent might have better delivery. But overall, Hakimi is a better right back than Trent.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even close. So, JD's dog, just stop. You're gonna lose.
A Nigeria striker on that. Okay.
Over the top here to the box, the keeper comes. All right. It's a good ball. Let him kick it out. 77 minutes on the clock. Yeah, man. Press up there, man. Stop this kicking away ball, man. Take the ball back from them and have the ball.
It's the American
They are
way.
playing wild man football. See, you just press them and they kick the ball away. You are the one making them look good because they're not they're just rushing into you and trying to force you to kick the ball away. They're not good, man. Wonderful. Just pass the ball around and make your long plays them. Wonderful. Hold it up in the middle. That 1-2, play the long ball. Wonderful. Overlap here and just smash it in the back of the net. Don't even bother question. What kind of poor over but still your talent? Yeah, that's the one. Put it over the top here. Control. What? Oh my God! Empty goal and this man can't control a ball. Terrible. I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Take him off the field. He's the captain, number 6. Come off. Stand up on him. Stand up on him. He's not going to do nothing. Good pass he made right there. And that's outside already. Shouldn't be a corner. Should be a goal kick. That's outside already. That's what I said. You see the replay of France?
Yeah.
It's outside. He touched this with his knee when it's already outside, way over the line. Terrible call from the referee. So if this scores, when they go back to the VAR, will it be a goal?
Yes.
Okay. We can continue to play. So, but, oh my God. All right. The only good team in Africa is Nigeria, Egypt, Morocco, and Chad. And Chad.
You just throwing Chad. Yo.
Oh my God.
Joke.
This man's ain't working right, you know. JD's dog, you're giving me a bad name at this point. That's all I'm telling you. But the only good team
do they at least
Chad.
show up in other places and at least try to talk there? Because it would be more worth it that way.
No, JD's dog pop up anywhere I'm at. I don't know why. Telling me about he wants food and all sorts of madness. You know. Come on, United States. Bust the Panama's net. And Panama try bust their nets as well. Wonderful ball over the top. 1-on-1 now. Square pass. The guy is behind you. What are you doing? These guys just make some terrible plays. And that's a free kick again from Panama.
The best of free kicks, in my opinion.
So pretty much what we're seeing here, Panama used physicality to make United States came out of their game. Just like what I saw Guatemala trying to do. You understand me? So most of these teams, they ain't trying to play football the right way. They're just trying to be physical, nothing else. I know Marlon likes them, but I'm not impressed with Panama. Pat Call, I'm not impressed with Panama. I think they are trying to use physicality rather than playing football. Every time United States play football on the ground, they're passing them, like, without a problem. All right. Don't go. I don't think you should go for this straight. All right. Yeah. All right. Gets on target. Oh, that's poor still. I still think you should have gotten more power to that. All right, look here now, Africans. Let me see them pass it out from the back. They push it wide now. They're going to close off the defender. Look at that. Let me see. He's almost outside controlling ball, and he's going to lose the ball. He's going to lose the ball instant. And the United States breaking off their own ball. You see what I'm telling you? They can't control the ball. That's what United States needed to figure out a long time. Just stay on the man them, let them pass the ball from the back. They are not going to pass offline.
Corner coming.
A corner. Let's see. Yeah, it's not touching. It's not touching. Let it touch, bro. All right, just put it in the box, yes. Because you would work and put it in the back of net, and then they're gonna call it back.
Panama really trying to live life for the end there.
Yeah. Whipping. Keeper comes. All right, he's flatlined. So, guys, we got Africans so today. He's not going to be available tomorrow because he said he's busy, you know.
I
So
am
we got him for today,
traveling.
you know.
I'm
No, I'm just
traveling.
explaining. I'm just
I
explaining
said
to you.
this. I said this in the beginning. I'm defending my honor. I'm traveling.
That's why I just
Gee,
said.
I appreciate it. No, but yeah,
I'm just telling you
hopefully.
that, yeah, you know, you're traveling and stuff, you know. I'm
I'm
just letting
sorry
you
that I
know.
have plans sometimes. I'm sorry.
So 6 more minutes plus extra time, wonderful pass.
So 23 more minutes then at this point.
Yes. I think a goal coming in before extra time. Why that one
No,
two? I understand keeping it central, but you're not going to get away with it. They're wild. So why don't just go wide? Just play normal passes.
centered, but then stopped.
Get it under
And
control, man. Good
nutmeg
pass.
challenge number
Give it to
12.
Bachimas. Yes, less. Come on now. Time for Nutmeg King. Nutmeg King beats one, whips it across. What? That's a good ball still. And it's gonna go poor from Panama. That's
Yep.
I think I have spot on.
Ooh!
Bachimas
Oh!
cuts inside, puts it over the top.
What a goal!
Okay, okay, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, people. I don't know what you call that. You know, that one. What that one was not written in the stars, Umzo. Umzo. That one was too fiery Africans. That one is too fiery, you know. Still,
It
Africans
pains me.
is later. I was a bit behind time. Oh yes,
Yeah.
he's not saving that man. He's not saving that. Oh God, he's not saving that at all. Where is Umzo?
Off the volley too. Love it. I mean, I respect the goal. I just hate the result. I won't lie. I do hate the result.
Africans, come on, come on, come on. That's a good game. United States is a
It's a
better team,
beautiful
and it's
goal.
not close. You know.
I wanted Panama. I think Panama's just tired, and we don't. And there's no third place game. I wanted to see Panama batter someone in third place, but we don't get to see that.
3-1, one more coming because Panama will rush forward and Bachimas, he doesn't know how to relax. You know, he's going to create something again because he pretty much created that just a while ago, you know, because it's him dropping back the defender deeper and deeper. You have to, the guy is just such a direct player. All right, clearance. What happened to your controlling skills? What happened to your controlling skills, man? Get it under control. All right, I'm much more closer now, Africans. 3 more minutes plus extra time. We're gonna have around 7 minutes in extra time, right? Right, Africans.
Yeah, roughly.
Africans, who are you cheering for Panama after Canada versus? I just think Africans have a stronger hatred for United States. Oh, good break here. All right, come on, Bechimas. He's gonna go for a shot. It's blocked. Oh, cuts inside, beats one. Oh, almost three, guys. All right, so just relax, touch the ball, and it's four of your players there. Put it up there, and it's dropped between two more of your players. Them. Panama will wildly kick it away, and then you just track it back down and take it off them. Simple.
Saying there's a very simple answer. You put your hands as if you're doing some sort of jazz hands, and you say CONCACAF because that's what happens. That makes no sense. Okay, it makes no sense. No, I really rate this Panama side. That's why I'm rooting for this Panama side.
Yeah, but Africans, you got to say United States was better. And it's not, because just a while ago, remember, that's a good goal that they should have scored before this goal, Africans.
Yeah.
So you have to give them their credit. They created enough chances to make this out of sight. So even though you want the hype of your Panama team, United States still better.
I only support teams who only have A's for vowels.
All right, so Panama coming forward, Bachimas. All right, wonderful. Yes, come forward, Panama, because you're gonna get what you're looking for. Yes. All right, that's the ball that you're looking for. Yeah. Don't push them wide. Let them stay central. Yeah, exactly. Force them to make. USA is better in the second half. Yeah. Force them to make a save and you see what happened. No, the 7 minutes. You had a few injuries, man. You have a few injuries in the game. So and you know that maybe they want it's 4 minutes. 4 minutes they gave. 4 minutes, not 7.
Well, I've been fine.
Oh, they gave a free kick. They gave a free kick to Panama.
Looks like it.
I thought he just passed the ball out and couldn't get it back. At this point, they're making up calls.
Do it, CONCACAF.
At this point, they're making up calls. What's the temperature? Damn, man.
No, we'll have one more. Come on. I actually don't want this to go any further. I have things to do.
I actually don't want it to go any further either. But you seem so desperate to want to.
No, I don't anymore. I don't want it anymore. JD, I don't want this anymore. I want to go to bed. I have things to do.
I want to go as well. But your age of USA just overriding your sleep time, you know?
My age. It drives me. Is that
one more.
It
one more.
fuels me.
One more. All right, bad control here. Put it, Bechimas. Just go. Oh, come on. Put it in there. Come on, man. Put it. All right, Bechimas, whip it across. Okay, Akana. Yes. You whip it across, man. Don't fear the. Don't go like that. Don't go like that. You know. Manchester City pitch side. What are they saying here? Live in Ohio. Yeah. Okay, like Shoti. Don't hold on to the play, man. I don't like these things, man. I whip the ball in and slap it in the net. 3-1.
End the game.
It's not like that. And then you have 2 minutes on the clock, and they are going to have the ball and be fighting with you, and then go break and slap it in the back of the net. Yeah, it makes no... Yeah, come on, man. Play your game out, man. Play your game out and stop. You know?
Just end the stream. Okay, you have a sub. Good.
Cheers from Zambia. What you just said?
What? There's not enough. The copper wasn't used for defense. It was just used for vibes. That's the one thing that sucks about Zambia. Zambia always has a great anthem for everything, and then their team does nothing. God.
Oh, they gave it to Panama there. Referee tied up United States. All right, so Panama can't control as usual. See, I told you, can't control the ball as usual, man. They can't control the ball at all. The USA just got caught up in their physicality. So that's the end of it, Africans. United
Yes.
States 2-1. Yeah. So Mexico now to brush aside Cuba. And
yes,
we will have the
indeed.
finals. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So
guys, thank you for being here for what feels like for some a month's worth of content from me. But no,
yes, you have your work cut out, Africans.
Yes, I don't worry. This week that will be on. I will make up for it as much as I can when I get back, guys. We'll have much to discuss. We'll have my reactions when either Canada wins a medal or not, and we'll talk. U15s.
What did I predicted, Africans? What did I predicted for the game?
You said 2-1.
Okay, all right. Let me leave it alone because
guys, thanks for spending some time with us. Make sure you catch up with the great footy that's happening all over. And until next time, for a while, I'll say bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.